What up?
What's up? Actually, that beard, you gotta say, oh, sorry, you guys doing an intro first?
No,
No.
no, no.
Please make fun of Paul's beard.
Oh no.
I said that you should shave it and it would look like Saddam, but with the beard, it's like when you kind of look like when he was hiding underground.
Yeah,
Yeah, when they
yeah.
pulled him out of that bunker and hung him.
Yeah.
I'm just watching hentai and making my plans for my next attack, dude. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, they found hentai, I think. Or was that Osama?
Osama had a ton of porn.
Yeah, but some of it was like animated porn, which I thought was pretty funny. I don't
I
know
didn't
why.
know
Yeah.
That's pretty. Well, they don't have the internet, so he just had to get whatever they brought him. So like, he probably didn't like curate that collection.
Yeah, that's true.
They probably just like robbed a DVD store somewhere and brought him everything that was in it.
Yeah, my dad's the same way. When he grows out his facial hair, he looks like he gets like pulled aside at the airport a lot and stuff. Even though
Wow.
we're like very white, it's just like if you get a little tan on the way back from Florida, they take him for a random check on the side of the line.
Yeah, you would get a random pat down for sure.
Oh, for sure. I look like like the Russian Muslims, like where it's like they're white, but they're, hairy and fucking tough. I don't
that. Yeah,
know.
you can play like a good. I've been watching Blacklist. Have you ever seen that show?
No.
No.
You play a good bad guy on that. It's like a international crime show. But yeah, that's the look you got.
I've been
Yeah.
watching Seinfeld.
Did
I'm
you
in
watch the special?
I'm in season 8. No, not yet. I guess I'll finish the show and then watch the special.
Dude, the special is amazing.
Is
I
it?
watched it yesterday. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did. Yeah, I did. Actually, I got fired up at the beginning. I was so into it. And then when he went into the marriage stuff, I started literally falling asleep.
Yeah, I think that's when I reached for my phone, and like it was really clever, like stuff. I liked it a lot, but like
Yeah.
I got distracted with my phone, and then I kind of like tuned out for a little bit, and I came back in towards the end.
Yeah, he came in swinging. And then about right when he even halfway through was like, all right, I talked about my observations. I want to talk about like family. He like clearly like divided the set into two halves.
Yeah.
And that's where I just started gooning out and dozing off and shit. Surprised. I mean, like I have that type of life. I thought I'd relate more, but I felt like
I was gonna say you're wifed up in the quarantine right now.
I'm very wifed up.
Yeah.
She's home, right? For a couple months.
They're all home right now. I have no headphones, so I told them, I said, you might hear some things. I'm going to shut
We're just getting warmed up right now. Paul and I are gonna start swinging for the fences a little bit. See if we can get canceled by your family.
Imagine.
So you just been working like normal, sort of?
No,
No.
no, like after the first day of school being canceled, they had us start disinfecting the school. Then they had us do it for like a week straight, like wipe down everything. And then they sent us home, and I've just been going to the school once a day for an hour a day to like pick up trash outside and make it look like it's like not abandoned,
To like mow the lawn and stuff.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah,
But
they
I'm-
closed it for the rest of the year. I saw the signs. They just like that must be really weird. That's like 3 months off of school for kids. It's just strange.
Very strange, dude.
Plus the
Like
summer vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like 6
no
months.
graduation. No, my stepkids, like they don't even realize, they feel like they've been out of school for like 9 months. So that, how time's different when you're little.
Yeah.
Like they feel like they were like, do we go to the next grade? They don't even know what's going on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
My high school, I was the first freshman class in our brand new high school that they built, and they didn't finish building the school yet. And then a water main broke out on Main Street, like right in front of the school, and they had to like shut it. Both the middle school and the high school, they had to shut it down for an extra month. So we didn't start till like the end of September, I think. And it felt like I had like most of the year off. Like it was like such a crazy extended summer vacation.
Oh, that's dope. You guys must have been loving that.
I lived on the very outskirts of my town. I grew up in Oxford, but I lived basically in Leicester on like the Leicester-Oxford line. So
Yeah.
all of my friends were from Leicester. Like all the kids I knew from the skate park were from Leicester, and they all like Leicester goes back to school like a week or two before Oxford does. So I had no friends. I was just wandering the street with my
Uh,
skateboard by myself.
That's what happened. That's when you started to go downhill, right? Is that when
That's
the
what, well, I made friends with a girl that dropped out of Leicester. So she and I would hang out and just like smoke bong loads and like roll blunts and stuff and like pet her cat and chill a little bit.
damn Devil's Workshop?
Yeah.
I feel like colleges are gonna get fucking destroyed. Like no one's gonna like compared to the amount of people who applied like last year. I just feel like this year, like no one's gonna pay tuition. No one's gonna go next year. Like everyone's just gonna take a year off if you graduate high school. Like why would you go right to college right now? Like
Yeah, a lot of them are still doing like they're switching to online for this first semester.
yeah.
I saw a skit. I never watched Saturday Night Live, but I watched one of the Zoom skits, and they made a reference to like signing up for like a real university, but they're all just glorified University of Phoenixes right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the tech support.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just insane. Imagine like trying to get your doctorate right now. So like that's probably already hard enough to like focus and do all the work. But now
I wonder
you're
if a
just
lot
like
of people are just going to say fuck it and just do online. Like, even if it's for a prestigious school, they're like, this is so much easier for me to just stay home. I don't have to travel or get a dorm room or anything.
yeah, they're definitely going to change their like this will force. I mean, it's going to force a lot of companies to change their policies and stuff too. I don't know. Depending on how long it goes, like a bunch of places are going to do takeout now. Like only like I think a lot of companies are gonna be like, why do we even serve people inside the restaurant? Then we have to clean up after them and do all this bullshit when we can get like half the size of a restaurant, then just give it to people in their fucking cars.
Yeah, but people will stay and eat and just keep ordering food and drinks. Like, most
That's true.
restaurants make most of their money off of alcohol.
That's
Oh,
true. Yeah, but I don't know how long it's gonna be. I hear a lot of different things, so it's like
Hopefully more people work from home, because then traffic's going to be fucking sweet. My commute will be like 15 minutes.
yeah, lately because I started working again a week or two ago, and traffic's been like not that bad. Like it's seemingly, I mean, maybe I don't remember, but I just feel like when I'm driving around during the day, it feels easier to get from place to place in Boston and stuff like that.
Yeah, my roommate's a trucker, and he's been getting to wherever he's got to go, like different state. Like, he drove out to Michigan in like record time.
Really?
It's only truckers on the road right now, so he just gets on the highway and just puts the hammer down and doesn't let his foot up until he gets to his destination.
Yeah, I kind of like I have mixed feelings. Like if I want it, I really don't care about it going back to the way it was, except for comedy. Like comedy clubs, that's the only bummer for me. Besides that, I've never chilled so hard in my life,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize how much I needed it. Like,
Yeah. It's been a lot of chilling, but I don't know. There's a couple of things that I just fucking going to restaurants is fun, dude. Just like going to a restaurant with your friends or like going on a date. It's like a fun life thing that you just like.
March 14th was the last time I went out to a restaurant and ate with both my roommates, and then the last time I did stand-up comedy, it was at the Woo Ha Ha, and there were still like 40 people there. They did not give a fuck.
Yeah, they kept having shows. There'd be like small amounts of people that would still show up. There's like a lot of people that just don't care, which is kind of funny because it's just like, I don't know.
yeah,
I guess I don't really care either. I just do the bare minimum.
you don't care about what?
I just like, I don't know, like I wear a mask when I go to the grocery store, but I don't have like a ton of like anxiety about like,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
no,
Like,
yeah, me too.
I think there's some people walking around that are like fearful all the time, but I'm just kind of like trying my best. I'm really just doing it, whatever procedure I'm following, I'm just doing it to like not kill somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not overly concerned with getting it, which is probably naive. But
You said you went to the grocery store without your mask though, and you just like toughed it out. Just put a
there
mean
was
mug
one.
on.
Yeah, a week or two ago when they started requiring it, I was in line and some guy was walking over to like tell me that I had to have a mask on because now it's like required, and I just like stared at him really aggressively, and he just like turned around and walked the other way because I was like next in line, and I was like, dude, if this guy fucking asks me to put a mask on, I'm just gonna drop my basket of shit on the floor and just walk out the fucking front door. Like, I don't know. It's just like, dude, it's just like, it's so fucking stupid. Like, people have fucking gloves on, and then I see them touch money and then touch their face with the gloves on. And like, why even fucking wear the gloves in the first place? Like, I don't know. It just, like, people think they're doing the right thing, but they're also like, I don't know. That's
just a lot of it's social signaling. Like, you don't want to be the one asshole in the store without the mask on.
Yeah, my mom hasn't gone to the grocery store because she doesn't want to wear a mask. and then she doesn't want to be the one lady at the store without a mask.
I went to Target. I was the only one not wearing a mask, and I felt real shitty about it.
Oh yeah, you gotta wear a mask at Target. It's like a fashion statement there.
Yeah.
I think
Everyone's
even
up.
before the quarantine, I should have been wearing a mask inside of that Target.
Oh, for sure.
I feel when I'm working and I have a mask on, I feel weird because I'll just be like walking down the street and I just feel like, I don't know, when I walk by someone, I don't know, it's just like there's gonna be a bunch of people committing crimes because you just can't see their face. So when I'm
You're like a bitch when you have a mask and other people don't.
no, it's like I feel like other people are gonna be uncomfortable around me because it's like obscuring my face. You know what I mean? I have like a hat. I'll wear like a hat or a beanie and that at work, and I'm like, you could not tell who the fuck I was if I just like jumped this person right now. You're
just walking into random apartment buildings.
Yeah, exactly. Like waiting in the common areas and stuff, and it's so fucking. I hate it, dude. Well, most of what I'm doing right now is like outside, so it's not that bad.
I'm wondering if they're gonna make them wear masks when school starts. Like school's supposed to start the end of August. Like I'm hearing all different things. Like, oh, maybe they'll have kids go on different days of the week. Like, so one group will go on Friday, and they're sending us all. Every kid in the Worcester Public School is getting a EBT card with back pay from when school closed for lunches, like a loaded EBT card. And I'm wondering why they're doing that now, because they've been serving lunches out of the trucks in the parking lot throughout the whole thing. But for this money came out of nowhere. They're sending it to everybody too, not even if you qualify for free lunch.
Oh,
weird.
Like they qualify by like how poor the district is overall. You know what I mean?
So each school's getting a different amount of money?
No, just they're all going to get the same in Worcester. But even if you're like a rich family that happens to live in Worcester, you're going to get an EBT card for each kid with like a certain amount of money on it.
Maybe some people just like give them back. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just weird. Like, I don't know. I know nothing about anything besides like playing SimCity, but like injecting money into the economy, like all it does is like devalue the rest of the money. So like everyone is kind of like pumped about the money right now, but they don't realize that like their dollar is worth like less. So like even though it's like, oh, he gave me $600, it's like, well, it's actually like 400 because like when everybody gets that money, it just devalues like all of them. I don't know. So it's just a weird like it's good, like people need money, they should give it out, but I don't think people realize that like that has like long-term effects on like the economy. Like you can't just I don't know. We'll see what happens. Everyone's gonna be like working and like in a year or two, and they're just not gonna be able to pay their bills because everything's gonna be more expensive.
You're saying this now, but you were Yang Gang. You want that UBI?
I wasn't Yang Gang, dude.
You definitely said Yang Gang multiple times.
I mean, it's catchy. I'll say anything. It's catchy, dude. I mean, in 2016, you catch me saying "Make America Great Again" once or twice because it was just a catchy slogan at the time. You know what I mean? I didn't know.
Yeah, MAGA just rolls right off the tongue. I just say it randomly.
I think that's the Biden's problem. He's not going to have any catchy slogan. You know, I'm with her. It's just a terrible slogan.
If Biden had a slogan, he would immediately forget what it was. He would just have a new slogan every day.
Yeah, it's true.
How come what happened to the Bernie bros when Bernie endorsed Biden? Everyone got real quiet.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
You notice?
Because they have real problems right now.
Yeah. Oh, God. I don't know. It's funny to me, like, I don't know. Maybe he could have been like a savior, but it was really weird to me that everyone was just like all in on Bernie Sanders. I'm sure he's like a better choice than some, but like, I don't know, he's just like an old politician. Like, how much is he gonna like? I don't know. It's crazy that people get so fucking involved when I feel like your mayor is like more important in a lot of cities than like the fucking president is. I don't know. Maybe that's stupid of me, but I'm just like.
I hear you. Yeah, if you don't know anything at the local level, then like you got to start. What part of me is like, why am I even trying to talk on this about anything?
Yeah, no, it's stupid. I don't know.
Educational right now.
I try to read a news article every day, and then I just click on one of the ads, and I just end up scrolling through like back massagers and stuff.
Jimmy, did you do the roast of the mayor of Worcester?
I did. Yeah.
How did that go?
I don't even know our mayor's name, to be honest.
Joe Petty.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Is
he Italian?
I don't know what he is. It was at the Irish Center, and we kind of roasted the whole city, Yeah, that was awkward because I was just like, I work for Worcester Public Schools. I was like, this is gonna be in the newspaper, and it was. And there were like people commenting on the TNG article when they posted it, like how distasteful some of my jokes were.
Oh my god, dude.
What was your most distasteful joke?
Dude, I can't even remember. I talked about this was like, well, this was over a year ago. I talked about I forgot. I had a joke about the goat running for. They had a goat run for mayor in Vermont or something, and I was like, I said, Joe, I heard that the llama at Green Hill Petting Zoo just took out papers to run against you next year. So, you know what I mean? Something like that. That
That's
was like
a cute one, though.
That was a cute joke. I can't think of the distasteful one.
Dude, people get mad at nothing.
Yeah, I had a few burns, but
Especially
doing a roast of anyone that's not a comedian never goes well.
Yeah, it's
he
always
liked
terrible.
it. He came up to me and shook my hand after. He's like, "I'd love to have you back next year." And of course, I don't know, the virus.
Yeah, because wasn't it like March last year?
Yeah, I think end of February, early March.
Don't you have to assume that maybe because I guess Tobin makes a lot of money in construction, which a lot of construction sites, it looks like nothing changed. Like every time I drive by a construction site, it's just a bunch of fucking dudes working. Like it's no big fucking deal. But I just feel like a bunch of the clubs are gonna have to close. Like he was not making that much money off most of his clubs. You know what I mean? So it's like, how is he gonna keep them open? It's just like, and some of his clubs are like good real estate that like someone's gonna give him a really good offer for like Nick's Comedy Stop, dude. If someone just comes in with a really good offer for that place, I guess he rents it. I don't know how it works. I don't know if he owns the dance portion of it, but
Laugh might be the only one that he actually owns.
yeah. So
and that's got a restaurant inside of it, so he makes all the money off food and booze.
Yeah, I think Laugh will stay open, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if he just lets go of like everything else because it's just like, how long is this gonna last? And like Comedy Attic was just like hemorrhaging money as it was, so it's like,
is Worcester Comedy dead?
I don't know, dude. I guess so. Or maybe it's gonna be a fucking perfect for a new club to pop up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe there'll be a bunch of open real estate that people can scoop up and turn into comedy clubs.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm thinking comedy is one of the, like, with concerts and stuff, there's just way too many people like crammed together. Whereas comedy, the audience is sitting down and you can space out tables enough.
Right.
Kind of, but
which sucks though. We love when they're all close, huddled in.
yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be, and I just think it's gonna be one of the last things, like, because a lot of shows are in restaurants and stuff and bars, and I just think when they open up, it's gonna be like last on their priority list to like get their Tuesday bar show up and running again. You know what I mean? They're probably just gonna be like so overwhelmed with like everything.
Yeah,
else.
if there's a limited capacity for just eating, then there's really no incentive to cram extra people in for any type of entertainment.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's probably dead, and I can't do comedy online, so I don't know what to do.
Oh, like a Zoom stand-up?
It's just it's impossible for me. Like some other people can do it, but it's like I can't do sketches. I can't do anything. The only thing I can do is stand on stage and tell jokes. Like I have no other ability to provide comedy in any way.
I'm terrified of the Zoom stand-up shows. I mean, I've fucked around making a couple videos here and there. I have fun with that. Whatever.
Yeah, Brianna's show is fun. We both did that with you write 5 jokes and just record yourself saying them.
Yeah, and so there's really no awkwardness of like a room full of Zoom people watching.
Yeah, because it cuts before you would be like sitting there waiting for some sort of response.
Yeah. I have no idea what that would be like. I'm terrified of that.
I've done some of the Worcester Zoom open mics, but like I'll just like throw out some ideas.
Yeah.
They're not like full-fledged bits. I'm like, I got this premise and maybe this punchline. And like if a couple people laugh, I'm like, all right, I'll put a check next to that and really try to work it on stage whenever that is. Yeah. But otherwise, I just like going in Zoom comedy rooms just to hang out. And that's what the Worcester one turns into. It's just everyone talking to each other.
The Knicks one?
Yeah.
I did that like the first week they did it. Yeah, and I thought it was fun just to hang out and shit. But still, like, say if they were like Laugh Boston's booking a stand-up show, and you're gonna do like a 10-minute set.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
I just can't imagine.
I think some people are rigging it up so that you can hear the audience laughing.
Yeah.
But then I would be afraid someone just goes in there just to troll the whole time. Maybe they would like immediately boot him out. But
Right.
Yeah, well, that's the easier part is that if someone gets too drunk, you can just literally just delete them from the conversation instead of fucking like having to go over there and like have a conversation with them. So
which most comedy clubs do not deal with at all.
Yeah.
Like when I worked the door at the Woo Ha Ha, I'm like, I'm not getting paid to go handle some guy right now.
dude, I know that was the thing. Yeah, that's like I don't know, but the yeah, fucking Zoom shows are like terrible, dude. It's like I mean, whatever. Other people are enjoying them is fine, but just personally for me, it just doesn't do anything. I guess my plan is just fill a notebook. I'm not even want to test my stuff on Zoom. I'm just writing stuff that like I think is funny now, and none of it's gonna work. It's all about like video games and comic books. I just wrote a lot of jokes that like, because for the last 2 years I've been trying to write jokes that work. And now there's no reason to like write jokes that work. So if I write something, I just focus on like making it as funny as possible to me. So that's fun. But I'm just gonna try to get like a notebook of shit together, I guess. So in like a year or whatever, when we can do it again, I'll just like have a ton of shit to like rifle through.
That's a good idea. I haven't been able to write. I'll sit down and I'll write, but it's just a bunch of doo-doo comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I started writing a script. Like
Yeah.
I'm just trying different shit. I read like a script writing book. So I've always wanted to do I've always wanted to write one. I've always had a story in my head. So I was like, this is the perfect time. And but you know,
You might just get jokes out of that too. You might just like write a scene and then just think to yourself like, oh, I could just make this a bit. So it's
yeah.
like, yeah.
But some days I wake up like I got like, you know, I'll write a few pages of it. Then I'm like, this is a piece of shit, dude. Just like any
Yeah.
joke, you know what I mean? Like
All scripts are pieces of shit in the beginning for sure. You have to edit that shit like 30 times.
Yeah, you're just moving that muscle though.
Right.
It's good. You're both
I've been
just
using that flow state you told me about.
Oh yeah, how do you like that?
Pretty good. It's good. I've lost some shit too when I
You stop typing for 7 seconds and it just deletes everything.
Yeah, which is brutal. But I've learned your little trick to just keep clicking like just click.
Just hit a key. Yeah, just hit like F or H like over and over and over.
Yeah. No, that keeps the muscle going. I don't know. I freak out a little bit. I'm like, when everything first shut down, I felt like I was doing so many shows that I was like, oh, this won't faze me. I'll get right back on my feet. Now it's been so long. I'm like, hitting the stage again is going to be a little like, it's just remembering what I do or like which way I sequence something. You know what I mean?
Yo,
when I switched my phone over, I lost 500 recordings. I'm like, I could really use those right now.
Oh,
have you guys had dreams where you do stand up yet? I've had like 2 or 3 of them, and same thing always happens. In the dream, I know that I haven't done it in a while, so I'm stressing. And then when I go up on stage, I'm trying to like recall my jokes, and I can't really recall any of them. And then there's just like me standing on stage, just being like, and then like the dream ends. It's happened like 3 times.
It's a nightmare. I've had 2 hosting dreams where like I've been put in the worst. I was like hosting an outdoor festival or something, and like no one was listening. And
oh yeah, I've had a dream like that too, where you're doing stand up and like it's no one's paying attention to you at all. And yeah,
I've only had a couple stand up dreams. One was like, hey, can you do 5 minutes right now? And all of my jokes left my brain. I couldn't remember anything that I was like trying to like write something down on a note card. I couldn't remember any of my bits.
Yeah. Fucking dude, it's weird. I didn't even know. I was on the way to a show in Maine that got canceled. And that was like the last. I didn't really, even though everyone was telling me that this was gonna happen, I didn't really believe it, like at all. It's not even that I didn't believe it. I just didn't think. I was like, oh yeah, okay, and I just was like living my life. And then a show got canceled, and I just had no more shows. And I was just like, oh, I thought it was gonna be. For some reason, I thought it was gonna last like a week. I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
It was 2 weeks.
I didn't pay any attention at all.
Yeah.
And it started as 2 weeks, and then it got pushed to a month and a half.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be 2 months.
And it's probably longer than that for like, I don't know.
I'm getting way too comfortable though in like this lifestyle. Like I think I got to go back to work next week. Cause they want to start clearing they're coming in to take like all the computers out of the school. And so they emailed me, you got to come in next week, like for longer hours. but I'm like, I'm having anxiety, but like going back to regular life. I've never been a video gamer, but I've gotten into it with my stepkids, dude. Like,
Nice.
I'm all about Zelda, dude. Like,
Nice.
dude, I just want to play Zelda all day. That's all I care about.
Dude, video games will do that to you for sure. I've beaten a couple of games that I've had. I mean, I have like $1,000 in video games that I never played because I'll just buy them on sale for the last like 4 or 5 years. And then I was like, oh, it's a good opportunity to just like work my way through all of them. So I've just been like grinding them. And I've been streaming a little bit on Twitch, but it's just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with
Can you
myself.
make money off that doing a YouTube video on how to beat a game, like real quick? Like, because that's what when we're playing Zelda, all we do is Google how to beat every level.
Yeah, you could for sure, but it's just like it's like stand up though. It's like unless you're incredibly lucky, you just have to grind and like build up. You know what I mean?
It takes like 6 years to get a YouTube channel like off the ground.
Yeah,
and
especially
going.
nowadays.
You have to be super consistent about it too.
Yeah, and you have to find like a niche. So it's like
It'd be
niche.
funny if you were just like drinking beers and like just trashing through levels and smoking weed. Is there a gamer dude? Because they're always pretty like.
That's most Twitch channels.
Oh,
Nah, I don't
I
know.
don't know anything. I'm not on the Twitch yet.
I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of like clean cut. I don't know what to do. I mean, I wanted to do something like that, but you know, I'm just it's hard to be productive, dude. Especially now that I'm working. It's just like I don't know. I talked a little bit about Jesse. It's so weird now because every morning I wake up and most of my day is just things that I don't want to do. And it used to be the same way, but then it would be followed by things that I want to do, like stand up and all this shit.
Yeah.
And now every morning I wake up and I'm just like, well, like most of today is just going to be shit I don't really want to do. And it's so weird to just be like, I don't know. It's just like how long? I wish there's like a time, like Jesse said, you have like a prison sentence. At least you know like when the fuck you're getting out of prison. But right now it's just like, dude, if it's going to last a year, then like I'm going to like do something else. Like, I don't know. Like a lot of stuff I was doing, the job I was working, the place I'm living there, I was only doing all of them because it was good for stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm not going to do stand-up for like a year and a half now, it's just like, all right, well, maybe I'll just like move into a studio or something. Like,
I might take my OnlyFans a lot more serious and just try to build a big gay following and just jerk off for dudes for money.
yeah, I don't know,
Probably
dude.
rake it in, dude.
Probably.
I got a little twinkish body. I might be able to.
You need to get wax.
It would be something you could never live down. Like it might work for you. Like say stand up came back 6 months into your OnlyFans career. Like
be the next Mateo Lane, dude. Just have you just be the next Mateo Lane, have all gay men as your audience.
Yeah.
Does he have an OnlyFans? He's a good looking dude. I might follow that.
I don't think so, but he posts some pictures on Instagram and he's ripped.
Oh yeah, he's ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta start working out a little bit more.
Oh, for sure.
Become a muscle twink.
That's what I was thinking is like I deleted my social media, and if I could do this, it'd be great. It'd be sick to just not see anyone for 4 or 5 months, and then when they saw me again, to just be like excessively ripped, just like over the line, like very obviously doing steroids. Like,
oh, you have the Dan Bilzerian look, dude.
Dude, I said that to Jesse, dude.
No, I said that to you.
Dude, I want to be fucking Bilzerian. Hell yeah. He's got that shaped beard though. I gotta shape mine. I ordered a little kit.
Watch a tutorial on
Dude, I've been watching beard YouTubes and there's such a huge fucking culture for it. It's so fucking weird. Just a bunch of dudes like so serious about their beard. Like
I watched a video of a guy giving himself a skin tight fade he had like this like wrap around mirror that went around the back of his head. I would be so afraid to fuck that up though.
Oh,
dude,
can't do that.
One of them was like top 5 reasons a beard has changed my life. And the guy's just like more confidence, blah, blah, like all these fucking things. And I'm like, it is funny because it is like, I mean, I definitely did it. Like I've posted a few pictures online to like show off my facial hair, just so fucking stupid. But it's like, I don't know.
Well, dude, like when did the beard become like, it used to be just you had a beard because you didn't feel like shaving it.
That's mine, yeah.
Dumb to shave your beard.
It was like a tough guy lumberjack biker type of thing, and then hipsters co-opted it in like the early 2000s, and then now just like everyone has one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I bought a beard. I bought a wash, dude.
Oh shit!
I bought a beard wash and a beard oil.
You got like a grunge look going on.
I know. Look at that.
Oh damn, you look like the lead singer of Puddle to Mud, dude. Puddle of Mud.
What a
It's
lot.
almost like a Dave Grohl.
Yeah. Oh, Taylor Hawkins, the drummer for Foo Fighters. That's what
Oh,
you got
yeah.
going on. Yeah.
Pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it's just fucking weird, dude. And know what's super funny is like, I listen to these huge podcasts and like all the comedians are super bummed out, which is understandable. But it's weird that like a comedian with like 15,000 fucking dollars a month in Patreon to be like, oh, this fucking sucks. And I'm like, yeah, but dude, it sucks so much less for you than everybody else in the fucking world. Like, imagine people that are fucking, that even if they make a lot of money, like a lot of, I don't know, it's just bizarre to me. And I feel bad. That's why I had to get off social media.
Yeah, I was watching Joe Coy on The Fighter and the Kid, and he was selling out arenas. He had an arena tour booked.
Yeah.
And now he's going to have to go back down to very minimal audiences. Like, he can't do 20,000 people anymore.
Well, at least this will be a lot of stand-up. Will hopefully it'll be only people that like love it, rather than it being like a fucking like a career option to become an actor.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see who gets pushed down to our level. Like, what type of comics are going to end up like back to miking and doing bar shows and stuff.
Dude, all the bar shows are gonna be full when we get back. We're gonna have to go back to miking completely. Like,
We're going to have to book a ton of bar shows.
Yeah.
Just go ham with it, trying to scoop up as many as we can.
Yeah. I just feel like right when it starts, dude, like Bolger and like Will Noonan, those guys are just gonna be doing every weeknight show. Like every shitty weeknight show that before they probably wouldn't even think about doing. They're just gonna take the time. And then that's just gonna bump like everybody down the step.
Yeah, so we need to get bar shows and just book all these people that get pushed down to us.
Yeah, true. And I don't know. Some people might quit. I don't know. I'm thinking there's gonna be an exodus of like mid-level comics.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Big level comics?
Mid.
Oh,
For
mid.
everybody. I just feel like a lot of people who they're just gonna like hanging out of their house, and they're gonna like having a fucking girlfriend and a dog, and then like
Some of the people that do big podcasts might want to not do the road like they were anymore. If they're making 15 grand on Patreon, you don't have to go across the country.
yeah.
Right.
So we'll see. Or just it might never happen again. Maybe this is just how we'll live for the rest of our lives.
It's funny how like the YouTubers, the ones that were, you know, coming to the clubs like the Trevor Wallaces and shit, they can still like do their shit, you know?
Yeah, because it was all in their kitchen anyway.
Yeah. It totally didn't affect them, really.
They could still get products shipped to them and like wear a t-shirt and a video and get paid $5 grand for it.
Yeah.
And everyone was making fun of those YouTubers before this, but they were the smartest ones. They were completely prepared for this.
Crazy.
Maybe I'll just get shredded and I'll start like an Instagram motivation page. Just like post a high res photo of me like doing fucking flies and just be like, never let your fucking demons overtake you. You gotta
You need
wake
to
up.
post a lot of befores though. You need to start taking those before pics right now.
Word. I think, dude, maybe this is definitely not true, but I always felt like I could do like half the amount of push-ups as somebody else and get the same amount of muscle. I don't know why, but my body shifts. I'll go up and down 20 pounds like a month. My body, whatever I'm doing, it's just like it latches onto it. I don't know why, but we'll see.
I'm like that too. I swear to God, like I eat shitty for 1 week, I'm a fat dude, and then like I work out for 2 days, I'm like kind of starting to show some muscle tone again and shit.
Yeah, if I do keto for 2 weeks, I get shredded, and I get the dick root too.
I want to get dick root. That's what I want.
Dick root.
That's like the
V above your dick.
Yeah. Like what's that music video where the dude's like naked and it's just like you can see his dick root up?
Genuine?
Yeah.
No.
D'Angelo.
Yeah. I want to get like that cut, dude. I'm gonna put that dude's picture on my wall.
That's impossible.
If I was that ripped, I could probably wear a do-rag and no one would give me
I think you need to take some what am I trying to say? PEDs.
Oh, I will. I just need to get started. Once I get like kind of cut, then I'll get into the
You need some
steroids.
HGH or like do
I'm
some
not worried
TRT.
about that at all.
Yeah, you need a lot of supplements for that. I feel like, Paul, you'd get big, but like to cut up to that level, you'd really need to like.
You gotta completely cut out sugar and carbs.
Yeah.
No, I don't even want to get like I would be fine being like one of those dudes who's really strong, but like if you see him from far away, he kind of looks fat. I'd be okay with being that guy too. Like if I could fucking deadlift like 400 pounds, even if I look fat, I think I'd be all right with that. Like I don't give a fuck, dude. Like those guys that have to like walk like sort of lean back because they have so much fucking weight on the front of them. Yeah.
There's a lot of power lifters. Like they're basically just fat guys. They're not like cut though.
I feel like I could do that. Like, cause I eat a lot. Dude. I can eat a lot, dude. And then
Just become a competitive eater and do mukbang videos and just like eat a ton of food all at once.
maybe, dude. I gotta find something to do. That's for fucking sure. If this goes on for a long time, I'm not gonna be doing my same job. I'll just work at a fucking gas station or something. Like
I might try to like start upping my Peloton following. That's where I'm at right now.
Oh yeah, you have a Peloton? Oh
Are
yeah,
there Peloton influencers?
The Peloton game is strong. I can't flip my camera. I showed you guys this before, right? Can you see it right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, right next to the bed.
You should make a podcast where you are on a Peloton and your guest is on a Peloton, and you guys talk the whole time.
Dude, it's
Sweating it out.
It's very interactive.
Yeah.
You get high fives while you're riding too from other riders. So like, and you always want to check out the profile if it was like a chick that just high fived you. Like, oh, who's that? You know?
Yeah, I know a chick who got a Peloton, and within she was already doing spin classes, but within like a few months, I saw her again, and it was like a noticeable like, damn, your like body is like noticeably changed, like 2 months. So.
Well, that's how I've been maintaining what I do. Like this whole quarantine, I eat whatever I want. And then I just get on the Peloton like every other day. So I'm not getting ripped and I'm not getting fat. I'm just like maintaining.
How long are your sessions?
I usually do like a half an hour.
Yeah.
But you strip sweat like a maniac, dude, like just soaked. And then you're kind of horny after and jerk off in the shower.
You get that testosterone flowing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find something. I kind of want to find an exercise that would also give me like a skill, like I don't know, like Jesse does rock climb. Like I want to do something that's like more than just
play a sport.
Just weightlifting school too, I guess.
I don't know, basketball. I don't know if that's gonna come back anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't know either, dude. Fucking
California's gonna allow one-on-one badminton. You can get into that.
Okay, nice. Dude, that's like, dude, the biggest sports in ESPN next year are gonna be like fucking like online poker and fucking like surfing. Yeah, like golf, like anything that they do. Dude, the UFC fight last night was wicked weird with no crowd. Like there was this one fight that like if there was a crowd there, it would have been so loud in the arena. It was just they were beating the fuck out of each other. But instead, like a punch would just land and it would just like echo through the arena. It would just be like and the dude would like snap back and his eye would be cut open, but it was just completely silent.
Were the fights as intense as they usually are?
In a weird way, like they were not as like heart but they were kind of intense because like when someone was getting beat down, it's just like in total silence. So it was like just watching someone like outside of a club getting beat down. Like, is anyone gonna step in and stop this?
Like someone in an alleyway getting the shit beat out of them.
Yeah, but when there's like a crowd, I feel like it's a little bit like more like rah, like it's fucking like blood sport. But when this shit, it was just like, yo, someone stop this fight. This dude's getting the fuck beat out of him.
So dude, World Star video.
Yeah.
That would be tough to get, like, I wonder if it was harder for them to get pumped up to fight without him.
Yeah, I'm sure it changed a lot of things. Like,
Did they still do the walkouts with the music and, like, fireworks and shit?
No, they just, I think they might have done music. And, like, it was weird because, like, after the fight, people would get up after they, like, knock someone out and they'd be like, ah! But it was just totally silent in the arena. And then he would just, like, walk back to his corner, like, slowly. Like, so fucking weird. But it was pretty cool. I mean, the UFC is gonna rake in the cash because they're like the only big sporting thing.
How big was the arena? They probably didn't need a big space.
It was gigantic.
That's weird. They could have done it in like a basketball.
Oh wait, maybe it was the Performance Center. I don't remember where
they could have done it in a high school gym or something.
Yeah, right.
I think the bigger arena helps with the
cameras.
They need crew members and shit. So like Joe Rogan was like sitting 6 feet away from the guy he was announcing with. They were at like different tables.
Yeah.
So, like, I think the big arena helps to, like, so instead of only having, like, 10 people to run the show, you can have, like, 50 because it's, like, the arena's big enough to spread them out.
Yeah.
Which seems weird. It seems like people are just, like, I don't know.
Bullshitting.
Yeah, like, skirting the rules. Like, that's not the point of having a fucking rule. Like, well, it says I can have 49 people in my grocery store, so I'll have 49. It's like, I don't think that's, like, the point of this.
Well, a lot of people, like, I got the mask on, so I can just go do whatever I want.
Yeah. Right. Who knows, dude? It's and it's not gonna, dude. I already see it, man. People are not wearing, like, the first 2 weeks when you go to the drive-thru at Burger King, they fucking mask, gloves. They would hand your money to you in like a tin, so you didn't have to touch hands.
They got like plexiglass over the window for like, you're already behind a window. Why do you need extra window on the window?
Dude, I went last week and it's totally just back to complete normalcy. It's just like, dude, the guys are gonna pay like $11 an hour. You're gonna make them do like twice the amount of work. No one is gonna keep up with that. Like, so you just kind of gotta fucking risk assessment.
Dude, I'm calling it. Memorial Day weekend is when the switch is gonna flip for a lot of people. They're just gonna say fuck it and just go do their thing, go barbecue, have parties.
Well, because May 18th is the end of our stay at home.
Right now, yeah.
But then even after that, they'll be saying like, oh, still got to keep like a distance, you know?
Yeah, they'll do like probably a slow rollout of like certain businesses.
Yeah.
Hopefully Boston Calling like never happens ever again. Or really any music festival, period. That would be something I could do without. It's outdoor music festivals.
I love outdoor music festivals. I haven't gone to one because I don't like keep up with music anymore. But
like a grungy one, like an ICP one, that's different to me. I don't know. Boston Calling seems too polished.
So they're gonna do the gathering on Zoom this year, dude? Are they just gonna fucking people smoking ketamine in their fucking in their house, talking to fucking their friends?
Dude, I don't know if an ICP concert is gonna happen for a long time. The mosh pit is just like sweaty people covered in soda. They're just like fluids everywhere.
A lot of ICP fans are gonna die from this virus, dude. They're not a healthy bunch.
Didn't Violent J and them speak out about Corona early on? Did they have something to say about it?
It was like a hoax.
They canceled the gathering.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, and then they donated their T-shirts to be made into masks for Detroit.
That's sick. I hope they like keep the print on it, so it's just some like little kid walking around with just a giant Violent J face on it.
Great Malenko like mouth.
Yeah.
Dude, knowing them, they had the promo in mind when they made those masks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the day they canceled the gathering is the day they donated all the masks. So like if you searched Insane Clown Posse, most of it was weird. It must have been a really slow news day because major news outlets like CNN, Newsweek, New York Post, they all picked up that ICP canceled the gathering, and then TMZ had an article about them donating T-shirts. But like, they've been doing this festival for 20 years. There's never been one major news outlet that was like, hey, the ICP is doing their gathering again. They're going to have these acts there. Like, it only made news because it was being canceled.
Wow.
Yeah, because everyone hates Insane Clown Posse. like every headline was like, even ICP cares about COVID-19. Like, you should too.
Right. Damn, dude. I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I don't think I'm like I said, I don't think I'm missing out on much right now besides stand-up, you know? I don't care about restaurants or anything else, you know?
No, before I did stand-up, I was just like, I was doing this. I was just eating junk food and sitting in my house or like watching YouTube all day, except I was smoking pot at the time too. But like, now that I don't have stand-up, I was like, I don't like that feeling of me being back to where I was. Like I like lost a lot of progress.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I lost like this newfound purpose that I had, and I like finally had a passion, something that I really cared about, was working really hard at.
Yeah.
And now I don't have that, so I bought a skateboard and I ride around with it.
Yeah. As soon as they lift a little more restrictions, I'll take a cruise.
Yeah, I got a couple extra boards. If you don't have one, we can go for.
I have some in the basement, but they might be like beat up.
Yeah.
They might be like rusty.
My roommate's got a longboard. I got 2 penny boards. I just bought the 27-inch, and then I got a 22-inch. I got a regular skateboard.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I go down. There's a side street right next to Lincoln Street.
Yeah.
And, it's not as steep as Lincoln Street is, and it's just like a steady hill all the way down. So I cruise down that. I go down to Highland Street over to Main Street, and then I cruise downtown, and then I'll like whip down past the Palladium.
Oh, you go all the way from your house downtown?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I went skating for an hour, and I got downtown, and I did like a big loop around. Like I went downtown, I went up Pleasant Street a little bit, and like down a side hill. I went around the Woo-Ha-Ha, went down to that intersection by Green Street where that tunnel is.
Mm-hmm.
And went up to like the YWCA, and then the cruise down over to like the Hanover Theater.
God damn.
Yeah, and then I like cruised down the sidewalk of the DCU Center, and then just went right back up Lincoln Street again.
back up Lincoln Street's uphill a lot, right?
Yeah, I get off my skateboard and walk.
I walked for Coke once from the Crown Plaza, which is, the Massachusetts Pharmacy School downtown. I walked at like 4 a.m. in a snowstorm. I got dropped off there to buy Coke on New Year's Eve, and my ride left me. So I walked from there in the snow all the way to do you know where the Denny's is on Lincoln Street?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there was a Holiday Inn where Kohl's is. There was a Holiday Inn, like, 'cause that's where we had a room for
This is
New
near the
Year's.
Wendy's, right? Is the Wendy's there?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit
Okay.
past it. Yeah, the Kohl's. So I walked from that 4 a.m. from downtown all the way there without the Coke that I wanted to buy.
In the snow, that would be pretty terrible. Like today was a beautiful day, so I didn't mind walking up Lincoln Hill, and then I was able to skate for a little bit.
Yeah, no, after a night of drinking and like thinking you were about to get another bag of Coke and it wasn't there. Oh,
Have you
That's
gotten
the
any,
one
like-
thing I don't miss about doing Coke is the trying to find Coke and waiting for Coke, and then
yeah.
most of the time not getting any Coke.
right. Just the anxiety,
Yeah.
the nightmare. What a devilish drug that is.
Paul wants to have a big Coke night once we can all have parties together again. He wants to do Coke and ecstasy with a bunch of our friends.
Of course.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Have you gotten any like texts from like old girlfriends or anything like that during this?
Well, it's funny you say that. I always, because like I'm in touch with like, if you consider like baby mamas, like always texting me.
No,
Yeah.
like booty calls.
Just like random, like people you did not expect to hear from at all.
Maybe
I've had one or two where it was just like kind of weird.
Not trying to like, not maybe feeling me out, but like maybe too.
Just thinking about you, kind of.
Yeah, nothing suspicious. Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I got. I don't think any of the girls were trying to fuck me. I think one or two of them was just like, "Oh, it's weird. I like had a dream about you or something like that."
Oh.
So.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I should tell you. Right? You just reminded me. There's a girl. I'm not gonna put her too on blast, but my mom like met her at like an NA meeting or something, and of course my mom's like, "Oh, you're so funny. You should talk to my son about stand up." This girl messages me yesterday, I think it was, and got real weird real quick. Like just like opened up, started telling me about her life.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those over the last year or two. People like, I want to get into stand up. Here's like my life story and all the trauma that's happened to me.
Yeah, she goes, she was like, I told your mom about my libido max experience. She laughed and told me your name and you do comedy and that you're the janitor with stamina, LOL. I'm like, that's what she opened up with.
Libido max?
Yeah.
What is that?
So
Gas station dick pill, I think, for girls maybe.
Yeah. She goes,
I've taken a couple in my day, dude. Just
That
get
went right
my
over my head.
get my back pussy warmed up. You know what I mean?
she calls it the 6 in the box. She goes, I'm going to keep the 6 in the box and take that with me when I talk about it on stage someday. Swear to God.
Oh, so she's doing prop comedy, like right out the gate.
Right.
Well, you chose a really bad time to want to do comedy.
Who is
Yeah.
that girl that wanted you to book her on your attic show and sent you like a video of her in the car doing bits to you? She was doing Zoom comedy way before us.
Oh, shit. Dude, that's what's crazy. Yeah, this is what I don't miss about getting like hit up. Like, yeah, it was one of the nights of the attic, the comedy attic, and I was like super stressed as it is. And my baby mama's sister hit me up. I was like, hey, my friend's in from LA, funniest girl ever. She moved out to LA to get into show business. Has never done stand-up out there, but would like to be on your show tonight at the comedy attic. She goes, I go, does she have a clip? And so she sends me a clip of her like just babbling in the car.
You should have stolen those jokes, dude.
Wasn't most of it like her trying to find a lighter or her talking about a lighter or something?
Yeah, she was like jammed and she's like, oh, where's my lighter? Jimmy, you should put me on stage tonight. Gross. She showed up.
Women who talk like that should
She
not
came
do
to the
stand-up.
show?
Yeah.
Did she confront you about getting stage time?
I told her absolutely not. I was like, I think I was like, is this some kind of joke or something, you know?
Yeah, because
But this other girl, the one that my mom just threw at me, this is so I'll just skip to the end where she goes, a couple days later, I just stopped responding and she goes, "Hey, I have an idea. Do you want to bring your comedy to Zoom? I know a good crowd who could always use a laugh." And she goes, "I want to do that so bad, but need several people." I said, "Yeah, I'm not too sure about that." She goes, "Might be fun." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I'm not, it doesn't sound too professional." She goes, "Well, feel free to help me out. Maybe practice by recording yourself doing it and then watch it. I don't know, just giving you a tip." I
Great
wrote,
shit, dude.
she wanted you to pop into an NA meeting.
Oh, dude. Fuck, what did that remind me of? I just had, dude, it's just so bizarre. Like, I had some lady on Instagram when we were running the Lost Shoe show. She commented on the ad and she was like, "Oh, like I used to get on stage years ago, been thinking about getting back into it." And then I just didn't respond. It was like a comment on the ad. It wasn't even a message to me. And then she's like, a day later, she replies to her own comment, like really like angry, and was like, "Well, I guess you don't give a shit about blah 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 helping somebody get back into comedy, blah 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 blah." Blah. Like, I don't know, dude. And I was just like, and dude, this is like a 40-year-old woman, and I was like, "What the fuck do you want me to do for you? Like, I don't know who the fuck you are, and you're just getting like mad at me. Like, how is that a fucking like?" That's your tactic, is you just like second message, get really upset at the person? Like, I don't know.
I keep getting hit up by Kyle's mom for us to book a show at their new bowling alley that they're trying to open up. And I ignored 3 of the messages, but like she was like, I was waiting for her to get angry about it because I just straight ghosted her on it. But today she hit me up. She's like, "Hey, like, just let me know either way if you're interested or not. We'll like try to make it a safe and fun experience for everybody." And I finally messaged her back. It was like, with all the uncertainty around live events right now, I don't want to book
Yeah.
a show. And most of the people that I know that produce shows are saying that there's going to be no stand-up comedy for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So she's like, "All right, well, let me know if anything
The
changes."
rest of the year?
I don't know, dude.
The Wootenanny Festivals is definitely canceled because they would have been, it would have been booked by now.
Yeah.
And then they would be reaching out to venues right now and booking dates for it. So even if comedy comes back, like they would end up booking this festival super last minute.
Yeah. We got to wait for our queue for like real shit to open up before we start doing shows, or we'll look like assholes.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm not even like, I might even hang back. Like, if let's say like whatever they said, the 18th, like we can start doing stand up again, or like I don't know, like let's say a place opens and immediately 100 people are gonna rush this open mic. I'm probably not going to the first. I'm like, let's see how this plays out with these 100 fucking idiots. Like, I don't know. I think I don't know. It's fucking bizarre. Like, I just don't know what to do with myself because I don't really have any interest in doing anything else. So it's like, I don't know. It's just like a standstill. Like every day I wake up and I feel like, am I forgetting something? I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I'm not. I was supposed to do stand up, I'm not. Like, because normally every morning my thought process is like, am I gonna do stand up tonight? And then you kind of like decide where you're gonna do it. Yeah.
Every day. That's why at first I liked the slowdown for a second, because like because I wake up for work at 5 every morning. So the original slowdown was like, whoa, I didn't realize like I was running and gunning, like burning the candle at both ends for so hard. But now it's been so long, I'm like, I'm like, I should take this time to find another job that like works better for my stand up.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be getting up at 5 a.m. every day anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It's fucking, but then you can't find another job because there's no other jobs right now.
Right,
That's why I'm holding on to my job, and I'm glad I'm back full time. Like my paycheck hasn't been that much different. Even when I was working 2 days a week, they supplemented the rest of the week completely for the first 2 weeks and then 60% for the next 2 weeks. So it wasn't too bad of a hit. And now we're back full time, and they're still paying me a 15% bonus appreciation pay for the rest of the month.
Damn.
But then that also kind of annoys me because while our production is super slow, they can afford to pay me an extra 15% an hour. Like when our production comes back and grows, they should still be able to pay me that extra amount of money.
Did they get any government any government cheese come in for your company? Or
No, they've actually been donating money to charities, and I found out we donated 27,000 N95 masks and like a bunch of money to healthcare facilities around our different manufacturing and like shipping and marketing.
damn, you guys got ICP beat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they're doing the best they can. We haven't had. There's like over 1,000 people that work there. I'm not sure if a lot of people got let go. A lot of people had to stay home to take care of their kids and family members too, because all the daycares and schools are closed. And they covered PTO for those people for 2 weeks. They might have extended it a little bit, but there hasn't been an outbreak yet, which I was kind of surprised about because I work with people from all over the world that travel all over the world, visiting their families or doing business. Because we have business, production, shipping, manufacturing, all that. So there's like just people from everywhere coming and going all the time. Really surprised no one's caught it yet. As far as I know, maybe they're keeping it super quiet.
Right.
But
Dude,
a lot of the rooms, there's like one building, there's over 100 people all working in tiny cubicles next to each other. And with some of those jobs, it's hard for them to like space that out.
Yeah.
So we already wear masks and gloves and Tyvek suits and
Yeah,
stuff.
you guys got like a clean type of. That's like one of those like sterile work environments, right?
It's not like completely sterile. It's not zero particle, but it's still considered a clean room.
Yeah.
But we all wear nitrile gloves, the U-line masks, safety goggles, hairnets, Tyvek suits, booties. Yeah.
Super legit.
And then they spaced out all the chairs and tables and the lunch rooms to be 6 feet apart.
See, that's what they'll do with school probably too.
But how are you gonna get the fucking kids to follow that, dude? No one's gonna wear a fucking mask all day.
They'll have to stagger the lunches. They'll be running lunch like all day.
It's gonna be a nightmare.
Dude, my job, it's fucking weird. Like, they tell me to go to a fucking house, and they have like ants, and then before I go in, the fucking lady is like freaking out about me wearing like booties and gloves and a mask and all this shit. And I just want to be like, maybe you just keep ants. I don't know, like, can't you just deal with having a few ants on the ground for a few?
You should just spray chemicals on your hands. Like,
yeah, I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I don't know. Like, I told my boss, like, I'll do the bare minimum. Like, but if people are asking me to do these crazy things, like, I'm just gonna be like, no, dude. Like, I fucking.
It's strictly from like crumbs, right?
And it's just like, even if you have a lot of ants at your house, it's not gonna ruin your life like cockroaches or mice or something. Like, they're just walking around. They're not gonna get that bad.
No, we get them at the school every year, and they make me call whatever. I forget who we have, Ransford maybe.
Yeah.
And they have to come and but like, dude, the only reason we get ants in the classroom is because they eat snacks in the classroom, you know?
Yeah.
And they come and eat a few crumbs, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I saw a spider in the hallway of our clean room the other day. So, like, no building is safe from insects.
No.
Yeah, it's just weird. There's still a lot of, like, I don't know. It's just terrible. And it's like, there's just so many fucking people that I go to, like apartments and shit like that, that I'm just like, well, these people certainly cannot handle not working for another few weeks. Like, I don't know, like pretty much my job makes me realize, like most people are barely getting by, like barely.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like, you could get like a few weeks of like not getting paid, but I don't know. They can't sustain like, I don't know. It's just not going to sustain. It's going to be really bad, dude. There's going to be like a lot of fucking
Yeah,
people.
if you're a bartender that was killing it every weekend, you got nothing right now.
And also the bartenders and waiters and waitresses and all that shit, they don't have money, and then they're not going to spend money. So all these other places that get their money are not going to get their money. And it's just like a cycle that just like is going to be really bad. And like everywhere is going to close except for Applebee's. So, like, I really think in, like, 2 years, you can just say goodbye to, like, anything that's not an IHOP. Like,
which really sucks for Worcester because we have a ton of independently owned restaurants and bars and clubs.
I know. I do miss the Boulevard. That's what I miss, like the hangs after the show at the Boulevard Diner.
Yep.
Yeah. IHOP's going to come in and buy all those places, or, like, a retail store or something like that. And there's just not going to be any independent places anymore.
Yeah, I was skating around Mercantile Center, and there's supposed to be a Ruth's Chris steakhouse opening up over there.
Yeah.
And they got a ton of money from the government. I think they ended up giving it back.
Yeah,
Even
they had some heat on them, I think, about it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they were saying like, yeah, there was an article I think like because like somebody else gave theirs back and they were like, well, I saw
Shake
something.
Shack or Steak and Shake.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
Shake Shack or whatever put everyone on blast by like giving their government money back, and everyone else is like, "Fuck."
Dude, if I owned a business, I'd just be like, no, I don't care. Like, well, we're gonna boycott this business. Like, you're not, none of you are gonna remember this in a
I think
month.
that money was going to franchisees though, so it was like guys that own these
Yeah,
big chain restaurants.
I don't know. It's maybe this will be the end of like fucking people giving a shit about stuff that doesn't matter, because there's just so much of it out there that it's like,
Stand up might be one of them.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But when I come back to stand up, I'm just gonna be like, I don't give a fuck anymore, dude. Like,
For an
I'm
audience
so
though, stand up is escapism. So
yeah.
people might really want it. And like
Yeah.
we might have
Oh,
to talk about coronavirus a little bit, but otherwise they just please talk about anything else. What else is going on in your life?
I'm just gonna go as hard as fuck, dude. I'm just like, I've been in such a fucking depressed state that when I get back, I'm just gonna be like, I'm doing this to have fun. Like, it'd be
Right.
great if you guys laugh, but like, I spent 2 years trying my hardest and doing it, trying to do everything right and trying to be likable, and then it didn't matter. It just it was taken away from me. So now
I
that
was
I'm
just
back,
getting to that point where I'm doing like middle showcases. I'm not sure, like doing 10-minute spots at a headliner show at the Woo Ha Ha. And like, I was really nervous when I first started doing that. I wanted everyone to like me. And now it's just like starting to loosen up and just be like, oh, you guys don't give a shit about this? Like, all right,
right.
I'm here
yeah.
to have fun. Like, why don't we all just like have fun and like goof it up a little bit?
No, I know. We definitely got fucked over, man.
Yep.
That was a big wrench in the operation.
Mm.
I had a JFL audition in April, like a
Crazy.
That really sucks.
Yeah, that sucks really bad.
whatever. But my only thing that I'm like, I would have rather got it over with the actual doing the audition, whatever happened. I have more anxiety of like, what if stand up starts in a few months and they're like, all right, JFL auditions back, and I haven't done stand up in like 6 months.
They
you
might
know?
do that too. Those guys are ruthless.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but you'll be all right. I mean, you have an advantage because I think all the people who have real lives and were doing stand up are going to have an advantage because you're kind of used to like probably not being as prepared as you could, like just because you'd be like, fuck, I have a show on Saturday, but I have to do this thing for my kids on Thursday. Like, so you're kind of used to that. Like, I got to make it work even if I'm not ready. I think a lot of kids like me and Jesse who are just literally going out 7 nights a week, we're going to be rusty as fuck.
No, I think we'll. I bet to a degree we'll all have like our like riding a bike muscle memory. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But
I still like on the weekends sometimes I would have to leave work and drive immediately to a show or to a mic. So like I didn't always have that preparation time either.
right.
So it's always kind of been crunch time for me too.
I just super regret like letting stand up. I mean, I guess I don't regret it that much, but I just have had moments during this whole thing where I'm like, I really let stand up get in the way of like several friendships, several relationships over the past 2 years. And it's like, I'm just sitting here now being like, maybe I just shouldn't have done that. Like, I'd probably be at about the same point.
It really sucks because it's like, oh, like I have nothing to do. Maybe I'll start dating. You can't date right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jesse, your timing was impeccable.
Yeah, 2 weeks before the quarantine, my girlfriend and I broke up.
Yeah.
I wonder if we would have ended up breaking up anyway because she was taking the coronavirus very seriously since the beginning of January because she was a biologist. So she and her friends were watching this very closely. Every weekend I would go over there. That's all they were talking about was coronavirus and like monitoring the spread and like trying to gain as much information about it as possible. So she probably would have taken quarantining and social distancing very seriously.
Yeah, you would. There would have been a big blowout. It was a good timing.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about the coronavirus twice until after everything was shut down. I literally did not even. I would just hear it, and I would just kind of like you'd see it on a TV screen, like as you walked by in a bar, and I just didn't even never give it a second thought.
It was a joke in America until it wasn't.
Even beyond a joke to me, it's just like stuff doesn't resonate with me. Like if there was like a world war, it would take a week or two for me to actually be like, wait a minute. Is this actually going on? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, I see image on a screen and I just walk by. I don't really give a fuck.
Right.
So.
Well, the heat started coming on me like a couple weeks before school closed. I started getting more and more teachers at the school saying like, hey, what are you doing anything different in your cleaning routine because of Corona? And I'm like, no, I haven't heard one thing from facilities from downtown, the head of the custodial department. I said, so until I hear from them, I'm not doing anything different. And then they started pressing me more and more as like it got closer to like the day school got canceled. And I was like, they were like, what are you doing different? And I was like, just telling people to wash their hands, you know? Like I could spray a doorknob right now and then another kid walks by and grabs it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't go running around like a chicken with his head cut off, spraying disinfectant all over the building. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the same with my job. There's so many people, like, because every door is like security locked, so they have to have doorknobs on it and stuff. So like they do as much as they can.
Yeah.
And I'll try to grab it with my sleeve and stuff, but I know like
Right.
so many people are touching
But
everything.
kids, dude, like
Yeah.
kindergartners, they like.
Well, what happens when one of the kids gets the flu at the school? Like, what's the procedure for that?
Nobody gives a fuck, dude.
If a parent can get away with sending a kid to school sick, most of the time they do.
Yeah.
You know, because they're like, I can't tell you how many kids have come in the morning, thrown up immediately, and told the nurse they already threw up at their house this morning too.
Do they get sent home, or do they just chill in the nurse's office?
Well, I got a good nurse now that will try to get them sent home. She tries her best. Like, I had a nurse before her. Yeah, this one, she was ready to retire. She would just tell them you just need to eat something.
Eat some crackers and drink a water.
No matter what, no matter how sick they were, they just needed some orange juice and like a little snack and go back to class. I got in a fight with the nurse. Poor old lady. I said to her, I go, listen, there's literally a stomach bug going around here right now. Everyone's throwing up and you keep sending them back to class. And she took off her nursing pin and tried to pin it on me. It was like, come here. Why don't you be the nurse then? And tried to like,
dude, when my brother was in middle school, he broke his arm at recess, and the nurse called my mom, and my mom was out first. I mean, we were all kind of pussies, so like we would go to the nurse for a lot of stuff that wasn't real. So the nurse was like, "Oh, I think you need to come to like the school. Like John hurt himself. He broke his arm." And my mom was like, "Are you sure it's broken?" And the nurse was like, "Oh yeah, it's broken." And his fucking arm is like a rubber fucking just like hanging off halfway down. And he was just screaming, I guess. I wasn't there, but I just heard this story. He was just screaming in the nurse's office. So she just took a thermometer and put it in his mouth, being like, I need to take your temperature. Just try to get him to shut the fuck up. And I always thought it was so funny that like a kid would come down there with like his arm hanging off and be like, oh God. And she was like, all right, well, just let me get that temperature real quick, make sure everything's good. And yeah, it's super funny. I used to go to the nurse like every fucking day. I would just like go down there and I would just pretend like I was sick, and then they would send me back to class. I was one of those kids that was just like every day.
I would sleep in class and they would send us to the nurse's office and she would let us nap through that period.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was nuts.
I used to, second grade, me and my buddy Matt Pike figured out that if we just leaned over our desk and tapped our noses onto our desk long enough, our noses would start to bleed. Like you just start tapping, and that's how I'd go to the nurse, just nosebleed.
I would just be super stoned. I would smoke weed out of an apple in my car before school, chuck it into the woods for the birds to eat, and then I would just go into school super high, and then by like third or fourth period, I would just take my hoodie off, fold it into a pillow, and just lay down on it with my arms like that and just nap out. And if a teacher got mad, they would send me to the nurse's office, and she would just let me sleep for the rest of the period. And there would be a crew of us. It would be like Katie Angel and like Eric Eaton, like a few people down there just napping out.
That's a pretty laid back school.
Yeah, dude, Oxford didn't really give a fuck.
That's pretty dope.
It's very hard for them to control us.
In ninth grade, I skipped school so many times that at the end of the year, my vice principal, who was cool, I had to go to summer school anyway, but he was like, you know, you shouldn't even be able to go to summer school. Like, the only reason I'm going to let you pass this class is next year I'm going to be like on you. Like, you only get 10 days off or whatever. And like, I'm not going to let you take more than 10 days off. You have to make me a promise right now. And he was like, man to man, you have to make me a promise that like, you come back next year, when you come back next year, you're going to be a fucking good student or whatever. And I was like, yeah. And then I just transferred to the vocational school in my town and just didn't go back to that school ever again after like shaking this dude's hand and making him a promise.
Yeah,
And then I just went to a vocational school and did the same fucking thing for the next 2 years. So,
Voc schools were always kind of edgy, kind of badass.
They're ratchet.
yeah,
Right?
they didn't give a shit, dude. We would like, dude, we were in the computer shop. So one time, a kid in our class dropped a vape that he made out of a light bulb,
The
like
computer shop.
on the ground, and it like made our whole shop smell like weed for like a week. And it was so fucking funny because he was just like leaned over, just fell out of his pocket and smashed on the ground. And I remember just all 4 people in the row of computers just being like, "Oh shit, that's gonna ruin." Because he made a vape out of a light bulb, and people would go to the bathroom and smoke the vape in the bathroom.
That's freebasing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never did it. This is like maybe before I started smoking weed.
None of us ever smoked weed in school for some reason. We used to hotbox the bathroom out with cigarettes. There'd be like 10 of us passing 4 cigarettes around in a circle.
That's an old timey thing.
Yeah,
There's
we
no.
did me and this kid Rudy Perez. He had a blunt in math class in high school, and it was a substitute. One of the when like you get a substitute, it's a really old person.
Yeah.
You could just walk out of the room on them.
Yeah, so he broke a piece of the blunt off, like so it was like a roach almost. Like he broke one end off. We took a couple hits leaning out the window. It was just like she gave us busy work. Everyone's at their desk. Then we went and sat down. And the room reeked like pot, and all of a sudden she just shuts the door and calls the main office. She goes, "Someone has been smoking a cigarette in here," and so then she points at this Puerto Rican kid in the class. It was you, just randomly out this random Puerto.
Just racial profiled him.
But the other kid I smoked the blunt with was Puerto Rican too, but she just picked the wrong Puerto Rican. And the bell rang, and she tried to hold us all in the class, and it's very sad. Everyone just kind of like steamrolled her.
Yeah, we had subs and even like just full-time teachers that we would just steamroll, just walk out of the class. Like, everyone just get up all at once and just walk out of the classroom. Yeah.
Dude, we had a teacher, English teacher, and he was our last period teacher, and we were the worst class ever. This guy was like a really big douchebag. He tried to be like a cool, artsy English teacher at the beginning of the year. And then so many things happened. We tried to read like 1984, and some parent complained, so we couldn't read it anymore. And but the funniest thing was one day we were being such a bad class that he fucking did this huge speech, probably like pre-planned out. And he was like, "You're always gonna remember the day. This was the day that the teacher walked out on you." And he walked out of the room. And like 2 seconds went by, and without like missing a beat, this fucking kid Chris in my class is like, it was last period. He's like, "All right." He just slung his backpack over his shoulder and just walked out the door. And right when we walked out, the guy was just like leaning against the locker. He's like waiting outside. He's like, "Get back in the room." And Chris is like, "Oh, my bad." He like went back in the room. It's just such a corny fucking. And we never respected him again. He like lost all respect from us that day.
What a dork.
Dude, it was a huge dork. And, oh, God, I fucking hated that guy so much.
The last couple of years of my high school, they actually weren't so chill anymore. They had a detail cop there full time, like patrolling the hallways. With bulletproof vests on, 9mm, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so like if shit got really heated in the classroom, like he would just walk in and just pull a kid out into the hallway and slam him against the lockers.
Oh my God.
Marlboro High had a lot of fights. I remember there was one fight. It was a lot of girls fighting each other. One time, fucking they ripped. I would just walk by in the aftermath, and there was clumps of hair everywhere, like big clumps of hair.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, "You ripped the girl's fucking hair out, dude." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, tech school girls go hard, bro.
Dude, it was fucking crazy. I could not believe it. I was like, "What is that on the ground?" And then I looked at it, and I'm like, "This is fucking hair." And I was like,
I've worked at some of the high schools on nights, and I can't tell you how many times I sweep up like chunks of weave and.
Dude, it's crazy, and it's like you look back on it, like, what was everyone so fucking mad about?
It's like a war. It's a war, dude. It's like a popularity war. Trying to get your respect.
Yeah, just sometimes just trying to be the toughest kid in the school.
Yeah.
Dude, the dean at my vocational high school did not fuck around though. There was a good fist fight happening one time at lunch where like these kids were really like going back and forth, and he ran from one end of the cafeteria, leapt, like planted his foot on a table and just like vaulted over the entire thing and just like grabbed one of the kids. And it was just like the most amazing athletic move I've ever seen. And I was like, oh yeah, principals probably, they're usually like old fat guys. They probably should be like kind of tough. This is like a military guy. He always had like a buzz cut. And I was like, it helped because like he could just leap into this fight and kind of like get him apart without like breaking his own leg or anything like that. And it was just like, I remember this day to seeing him like leap across the table and like jump on the kid. And I was just like, I would never care this much. I would just let these two kids beat the fuck out of each other for like 20 minutes.
Oh my God, man. The fights. Yeah. I got suspended for fighting a couple times at my school. This kid was like throwing snowballs at me outside of the school. And I was already too far away to like care to walk back. I thought I was tough, you know, and but a lot of times I was scared too. But I was, you know what I mean? It was a whole ego insecurity thing, and so I was like, I'll see you when I see you. And then I the next day in the cafeteria, I just went up to him like it was the mess hall in jail. Just pulled him out of his seat and just started punching him, and then. I never like won a fight. It always ended up being like a blow for blow thing.
Yeah.
And I got suspended for that. And I got suspended a few times my last year at high school. But they never kicked me out because my neighbor was my principal. He was like my Mr. Feeney, you know what I mean?
Took care of you?
Yeah, he like had my back. So
our school is sick because it's vocational school. So even the kids who are on the football team were like not that tough. And so it would just be like, and they were all like in a shop. So like I remember one kid was in culinary and he got in a fight at lunch and he was wearing the chef's hat and apron. And the other kid's wearing like a metal fabrication like jumpsuit or whatever. And they're like swinging at each other. It's like this kid is just, his hat's like flopping around and he's fucking fine. I was like, this is crazy, dude. Like I was waiting for him to like take out a frying pan and just fucking like dome him or something. I was like, this is such a crazy, wearing a costume while you fight is so fucking funny. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen a fight like a Halloween like party or something like that, but it's just like seeing a dude's like fake mustache like hanging off and there's like blood coming out of his nose. He's like, whoa, he's all fucking, it's so fucking funny.
There was one in Worcester outside of the beer garden, I think, on Halloween.
Really?
It was on World Star. Yeah, there's all these people in costumes fighting the cops. Like women were fighting the cops.
Dude, I want to see the guy in that big air-blown sumo wrestler outfit. Just
or
like
the pterodactyl.
Running down the street or like. Yeah. Very funny, dude. Fighting in costumes is sick. They actually had a Japanese MMA thing where they would dress up like Spider-Man and they would like actually kick the shit out of each other. And it didn't last that long, but there are some clips online of like people dressed up as like the Hulk getting like head kicked and just getting knocked the fuck out. And
yeah,
just, like,
that's the worst. Like you're the one in the costume.
Yeah.
You get beat up by somebody that's like just chilling in their regular clothes.
Yeah.
You're on the ground in like one of those skin tight green suits that
dude, that's why I don't like dress nice, dude. Imagine getting knocked out and you have like pressed pants and a fucking blazer. Like, I don't know, it's just like, oh dude, getting knocked out's embarrassing enough, but like add on another element of like thinking that you were cool. Like you left that night being like, dude, I look fucking cool, and then some dude just fucking knocks you the fuck out and you're just sitting there with your greased back hair just looking like a fucking idiot. Yeah. It's I don't think I've ever been in like a serious fist fight. I've had my friends like get in little like fights, and then I've just sort of been on the outside being like pretending like I'm like my hands are up, like I'm gonna throw a punch, but I'm actually just trying to back out. But my hands are up just so if anyone says anything after, they'll just be like, you know, if they're like, "Were you helping us out?" You're like, "Yeah, dude, you didn't see me. I had my hand. I was looking for someone to hit. I just didn't see a good opportunity."
Oh man, I could never say no to a fight. I would get in so many, and I never, like I said, I never won, but I've taken some mean punches, dude.
I definitely should have gotten my ass kicked a couple of times, but somehow I just narrowly avoided it every time. And a couple of times it was like very narrow. Like some kid showed up at a party to kick my ass, and I like saw him out front and just like went out the back and left. I was like I would have been a perfect informant for like the mafia because I was like able to sort of like always toe that line of like should be getting my ass kicked right now, but somehow being able to get myself out of it all the time. So
I was always the tiniest, like scrawniest kid, but I was also like funny, so no one ever really wanted to fight me. It never came to that with anybody.
Oh man.
I was so small that people would feel bad about fighting me, and if they did, they knew people would jump in to defend me.
Yeah. No,
one
I
time
was
this kid in the
wild.
Marines tried to kick my ass when he was on mushrooms, and he was like, I don't know what happened, but he just like was trying to like break my arm and shit. Maybe I had this beard and he thought I was Muslim or something like that. But he's like fresh out of the Iraq War, fucking had fucking PTSD. Just showed up at a party, took mushrooms, and just decided they didn't like me. And he was like trying to get to me like through like 7 people with like mushroom Marine strength. And I was like, what did you do to him? I was like, I didn't do anything, dude. He just saw me and picked me as a target for whatever the fuck's going on in his head right now. Now he's a cop in my town, actually. So that's good.
Yeah, that kind of thing used to happen, like going out. Like we used to go out, even like when we were like 18 to Shaboom's in Worcester. It's like the spot to go. And they had, like,
Shaboom sounds like a place in a World Star video.
dude, Shaboom's, and it would be like 18 plus. But you know, if you were over 21, you could buy booze. It was a weird mix of people. You know
They
what I
had
mean?
underage nights there too.
A lot
Yeah.
of 30-year-old dudes sleeping with 18-year-old girls, I'm sure.
There was like the group of people just shouldn't have been together, and the fight would always break out by like someone looking at you that was mad that you happen to accidentally look at them at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how shit would go down. It was the worst.
Do you remember the guy at the open mic that fucking started a fight like 2 months ago or whatever?
Frankie Vaughn?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you went toe to toe with Jimmy. How can you forget?
That was
Dude,
legendary, dude.
so fucking crazy, dude. Imagine like getting mad at an open mic. Imagine not just like getting up and walking away.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Dude, all those people need to get fucked. When we come back, I'm gonna have an open mic, and I'm gonna have a closed mic, and I'll be like, I just am gonna refuse to let some people sign up, and then they can complain about it on Facebook. When we're like, no, if I don't like you, you just can't do my mic.
Are you going to use coronavirus as an excuse, or you're just going to?
No, I'm just gonna openly be like, hey guys, this is like a closed mic. If I have a problem with you, you're not allowed to come, and other than that, it's just like an open mic.
It's just a booked open mic.
People show up with hostility. Like you'll be surprised. Like there's hostility. Like if you're the one putting the list out, the hostility is real.
Yeah, it's really
People
stupid.
hate they hate you no matter what.
Yeah. It's a problem, dude. I think like, I don't know. Hopefully like all these people, hopefully stand up becomes like less, like it's cool that it's like a giant thing right now, but like I kind of wish it was like the 90s when it was just like a smaller, like.
We were in like a new boom, like the third or fourth boom, so like it had to end at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting for all comedy to end at the same time.
Yeah.
No, we just gotta hang on for the ride. I mean, because even if it's a long time, it's gonna come back. You know.
That's what I've been saying. Like even before coronavirus was a thing, I was like, the boom's gonna explode, the bubble's gonna burst. We're just gonna ride through that apocalypse and get to the other side and be better comics for riding out the shitty times.
Yeah, we'll see.
Nobody hears this that shouldn't hear that.
No, dude, but that's the thing.
You know what? Jesse Burlingame is right. I'm gonna ride this out till the wheels fall off.
It's just gonna be a natural thing, dude. Like, there's gonna be some people who weren't trying that hard anyway, and then there's gonna be people who just like. I told Jesse, like, a lot of people are just like gonna be out of a job, and they're gonna get offered a job from like their brother-in-law, and they're just gonna start working, and then when stand-up comes back, they're just gonna be like, you know what? I don't know. I'm just comfortable doing what I'm doing, and it's actually gonna be sad because I'm sure there's gonna be some people that we like, but. I just foresee some people think a lot of people are going to come back and try to do it because they're going to like sit in quarantine and like think about doing stand-up. But I just think it's going to be the opposite. I think it's going to be a lot of people like kind of quitting, like especially people that are just like me and Jesse that are like basically open micers that like work really hard and don't get a ton out of it. I just think a lot of those people are they're just going to, and I don't even blame them. Like I mean, that's kind of my view on stand-up coming back right now is like, I don't know if it's going to be 2 months or fucking a year. So I'm just going to like go on living my life, I guess. I'm not going to like wait for it to come back right now. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, I don't know. I got to find other shit to do. I got to find another life to live right now, I guess.
Hopefully we can end up hanging out with people and dating and being with friends and like being
Yeah.
around family and shit, because that like it's just the isolation's too much right now.
Yeah, and for me, it can be like I said, I liked it at first, and now, like once I thought of the boulevard, I was like, damn, I wish we could be hanging out there all chilling. But like I'm a type of person that like if I get to isolate, like if I find a reason to isolate and it's validated, I'll just sink right into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
And so I need to get out of my shell sometimes. You know?
Yeah, and I also just think like the scary part is like I don't know, like you said, it's like I'm just getting more comfortable with this. I just have a fear that like this is not gonna be a hard habit to break. Like even with like dating or like hanging out with friends, I don't know. Although the hanging out with friends thing, I definitely have reflected on like I wish I did a little more of it. I wish I had more than like just Jesse to talk to during this whole entire thing. And it's like not my fault. I'm not being like, woe is me. It's like I just didn't reach out to anyone before this. And it feels really corny to like reach out to a friend now because they're just gonna be like, oh, so now you want to fuck with me friends.
No, but people are ready for it. People want people to reach out to them. Everyone wants everyone to reach out to each other.
No, I can't tell you how many times I thought of like, yeah, there's been a few people I've texted and stuff, but like the amount of like not like the little amount of contact I've had is absurd. Like I've thought of you guys.
Yeah.
I think I texted Paul once about the interior light joke.
Oh yeah, the cab because you found a meme that was the same.
Yeah, I was like, damn, remember Jesse the interior light joke?
Yeah, the dome light.
And then like I was telling Paul, like I started seeing memes recently, like of dads, like an exact meme of like that joke, like
Yeah.
like don't turn on the dads, like what dads do when you turn on the dome light and shows a car like driving off a cliff. Like, damn, why did they ever do that?
Yeah.
You never pull it together.
Yeah, because your joke is about being really paranoid once that dome light goes on. You're like, we have to shut this off as quick as possible.
Yeah, but yeah, like why people freaked out over it? Like, hey, was there ever an accident? Like, did you ever drive by an accident and go, "Bet you they had their interior light on"? You know?
I had when I was 18 or 19, I took mushrooms one time, and I was sitting in the parking lot at Jordan's Furniture in Framingham, and we were looking at that wall that like lights up. You guys know what I'm talking about? Outside Jordan's Furniture in Framingham, they had this huge, the IMAX theater. The side of it was like a light up wall.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my friend about dreams and how one of the ways to know if you're in a dream is when you try a light switch in a dream, the light doesn't work. It's like a way to like induce lucid dreaming or something like that. We're having a very like mushroomy talk. And so I was like, see, it's like when I turn on this light, like, and I pressed his cabin light and it didn't turn on. And I was on mushrooms and there was just this minute where I was like, oh shit, am I asleep right now? And then I just like looked at his car. I was like, oh no, his car's just off or whatever. Like the cabin light just like wasn't working or whatever. And it was just so freaky because I explained this whole thing. And then I was like, see, when I press this light, it'll turn on. It just didn't turn on. I was just like frozen in this like trip. Just like, oh God. Yeah.
Shrooms.
Jesse did them the other day.
Yeah, I tripped out on episode 2.
Yeah.
Paul and Ben were talking about basketball for like 10 minutes, and I think I was just frozen with the microphone like this. Just not saying it. Well, no, my mouth was closed. I was just sitting frozen with my mouth closed for like 10 minutes because I was like, I don't know anything about basketball, especially current basketball.
That's awesome. Oh my God.
And then I was able to jump in and like riff on just like something else, and then the conversation shifted and I was back into the podcast again.
Wow. What a strange trip.
Yeah, this shit sucks though, dude. I just don't know. I don't know. It's like ruined my fucking everything. It's just like I have no fucking. Ugh. I just like stare at my phone. People text me, and I'm just like, it used to be. I used to look at my phone and say, yeah, I'll get back to this person, and then I would never text them back. But now I look at my phone, and I just say, I'm not texting this person back. Like, and not even in a bad way. It's just like I know myself and I just can't handle it. I'll start typing a text. I don't know what to say. It's like ruining my, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, it's putting me into a weird little world, dude. I'm in a weird little world, dude. Like I got books and I'm on my computer and I'm just like I'm eating my snacks and like I'm just chilling way too hard. and like not caring about anything else really.
Yeah, same. I'm going back and forth between like I don't know. It was better when I wasn't working. When I wasn't working, I felt like it was still shitty, but like I was chilling really hard. But now that I have to go to work and stuff, it's like I just dread. Like all I do is dread doing stuff, and I don't look forward to doing anything. Where it used to be both. But like
I
I
haven't
don't
touched my planner in 2 months. I think I'm gonna start filling it out again with just little things I can do around the house, or like writing or reading or shit. Like, because all I've been doing is watching YouTube and just sitting around, except when I go skateboarding. But like the weather's been shitty. I've only been able to do it like 3 times.
And dude, when I come back to doing stand up, I'm gonna talk a lot of shit on stage.
Are topics to talk about coming to you like left and right, or you just
No, not really. Like I thought about some bits that I was working on before. Like I thought of a few new tags the other day. I put that in my phone.
yeah.
Yeah,
I have no like life experience right now.
Right. Yeah, I'm having a weird time with it.
Maybe if we like tell stories on the podcast, I can like listen back to them and then like write those down and try to get some bits out of that. Like talk about high school or something.
Talking about high school, yeah.
Yeah, I got no idea. You know what I might do is I might take all of my jokes and give them to like a 19-year-old college girl in Boston. Because I've always thought, like, if you just took my act and just gave it to somebody who's interesting, I just feel like they would immediately just blow up. Like, just blow the fuck up. Because no one even listens to me when I'm on stage. Like, who the fuck is this guy? But if I
want to hear if a cute 19-year-old girl was talking about putting an N64 controller up her ass, I would be very interested in that.
Jesse, that was exactly the same thing I thought.
Yeah, I was like, what's Paul's dirtiest joke?
But yeah, shit sucks. I got yelled at the other day.
I thought I was being choked by men. I thought I liked being choked by men because I thought I had an unhealthy relationship with my dad.
I know you are like a 19-year-old girl, Paul.
I know, dude, which is surprising that I can't fucking find a partner. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You're gonna date 19-year-old girls.
I mean, I've been trying, dude. Trying like the Dickens, but no dice.
Dude, I'm lucky, I will say. I can't believe, dude, like I'm here with my girlfriend, her 2 kids, and my daughter, and there's been like no drama.
Really?
Like, I don't know how I get away with that. But like,
Yeah.
What about your sex life if the kids are home all the time?
it's like it's the same.
Oh, that's good.
Like a once or twice a week thing right now.
I had sex 2 days before the quarantine started. And it was the first time I had sex in a while, and it's the last time. It was 2 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Paul's had a quarantine booty call. You lucked out with that.
I
Dude,
did.
watch out. The corona's in the semen, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Neither of us came, so I don't think it's a big deal.
There was no exchange of fluids.
Oh,
nah, dude.
She was completely dry the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Dude, I'm not going to be able to fucking talk to girls after this. I'm ruined. I'm ruined forever.
I'm glad we named this podcast LonelyMans because Paul is just like filling that premise in very well.
Dude, you should see. I don't know, dude. I'm in a weird spot, dude, and I'm ready to fucking leave, dude. I'm ready to just like move. I don't even care anymore.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know. I might move to like Cambodia or something like that. Cost of living's down, just fucking chill, dude. I don't give a fuck anymore. I tried my hardest to do stand-up. It just, God didn't want me to do it. So,
right.
What are you going to do? I might move to like Oregon. I don't know, dude. I have a bunch of money now. I have more money than I ever had for the past like 10 years, which is sad.
Yeah, well, it's crazy because no one's like spending money right now.
It's the first time I've saved money in years.
It's great, dude. I've been on the same tank of gas since this shit started.
Yeah.
I made my first tank last like 3 weeks, I think, because I still had to go to work once in a while.
Dude, I paid off my Easy Pass thing I got. I've been driving out there without a friggin' transponder on. When I got the truck, I never got a transponder. It was like $900.
Your pay-by-plate?
Yeah, pay-by-plate.
That happened with Brian O'Donnell, too. I think one of his family members, like, shut off auto pay or something like that. Yeah. And his was racked up a few hundred.
Yeah. Dude, I've been turning into Larry David. Like, I just have all these, like, I was at the grocery store the other day, and the lady in front of me, as she's checking out, someone came by to, like, sanitize stuff. And when she sprayed, I guess a little of it got on like the outside of her groceries. So I'm behind her, and the lady starts fucking yelling, being like, dude, she got so mad. She was like, "What? You're fucking stupid! Like, you spraying it outside my grocery." And like, for some reason, dude, I'd already been waiting in line. I'm so fucking over this that I was like, "Yeah, well, also, this is the express lane. It's 15 items or fewer, and you have like 40 fucking items, so you shouldn't even be in this line." I literally said it just like that. And then she turns, looks at me, and is like, "Whoa, blah blah blah, she's fucking stupid." And I was like, "Well, you can't even fucking count, so who's really stupid?" And no one around me was saying anything. They're all like keeping their eyes on the ground, even the cash register. And she just mutters to herself, puts her groceries there, and walks away. And I just went up, and I was super pleasant. I was like, "Hey, how's it going, man?" Just got my groceries and walked out. And I've had 2 or 3 moments in public lately where I was just like, "I'm just gonna say something, dude. I don't give a fuck." I try to remember what I had another one.
I can't even imagine you doing that.
Dude, I've done it like a bunch of times. I've just been calling out people when I see shit at fucking. I've just been like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
And they step to you, you just start coughing.
Dude, I'm just like, dude, I don't care. I just don't fucking care, dude. Please knock me the fuck out, dude. I was just like, I don't know, like that'll be something fun to do. I'll get knocked out. I'll have something to talk about, dude.
It's like when you're gonna rob somebody and you have a mask on, but if you have the mask off, it means you're gonna kill them. So like now you take the Corona mask off, you're like, I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah, but this fucking lady, dude, I just punked her the fuck out. I felt bad too. She was like some older woman, but she was treating this like 19-year-old grocery store worker like shit, dude. And also like all she did was spray sanitizer on like your frozen grocery, like just outside of the package. It doesn't fucking matter, dude.
Yeah.
And dude, I was already mad at her because I'm standing behind her in the express lane. And I have 10 items, and she's got fucking 40 of them. And every other lane is, like, around the fucking block. So I know why she's in this fucking lane. So I was just, like, so mad at her. And, yeah. I think I might have made it worse, though, because I feel like she went and, like, complained about that girl to someone after. Because she's so mad. Now she's got to do something. So, whatever. If I was a 20-year-old working at a grocery store, I'd fucking quit right now. I'd be like, I'd go to my mom and dad and be like, I know you want me to be a responsible adult and work, but, like, you want me to be... I'm 20 years old. Do you want me working at a fucking grocery store right now? I'm just like, no, I'll just stay home. I don't give a fuck. Like, if I was a dad, I would just be like, please don't go to work for a few months. Like,
my little sister, she's 18 years younger than me. She's about to be 18 years old, I think. And she works at McDonald's, and she's been working so much during this whole thing. And it's funny you say that about, like, young kids. Why are they even doing this right now? But I don't know. She's just, like...
If you don't have a support system or, like, you know, I understand it. But if, like, in my situation, I would just tell my parents, like, look, I'm not going anywhere anyway. I guess it'd be nice to save money, but, like, I'm not going to risk fucking getting sick for, like...
McDonald's are less susceptible if there's, like, very little contact except for, like, the window. If she's working the window and handling money and stuff. The grocery store, you're right on the front lines. You're surrounded by everybody touching everything. 80 people at the Worcester Walmart, 80 employees tested positive for coronavirus.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, that was absurd.
Yeah, that made national news.
The asymptomatic thing fucks with me because I'm just totally convinced that I have AIDS for no reason. I'm just like, I definitely have.
Everyone that hasn't got sick is like, you know, I probably already had it and I'm good now.
I got sick randomly. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like, but like, it was like day 2 into our disinfecting of the school that I got like really congested. Like I got one of those sinus infections, like real bad. And I was like, is this a touch of the Rona? You know what I mean? I wasn't sure. It lasted like a couple days. But I didn't have a fever or anything, you know, so I don't know.
Dude, I have a theory about this that all the kids who are like 7 to like 13 right now, when they get to be adults, it's going to be the dumbest like there's not going to be any exceptional thinkers like fucking curing cancer because all the 13-year-old kids, there's 2 types of kids. Most of them are just regular ass kids. And they're probably kind of freaked out by this, but they're just going to play Fortnite. They probably don't think about it. It's kind of like 9/11 when I was in 4th grade. I couldn't like fully take it in, but there's going to be the small subset of kids that are smart enough to be like really fucked up by this, like traumatized because they think about it all fucking day. Those are the kids that would have been super smart adults, but now they're going to have all these, like, phobias to deal with and shit. Meanwhile, all the dumb kids are going to be fine. Like, right when they go back to school, they're going to be totally fine. But all the really smart kids are going to be, like, fucked up by this. Like,
maybe
like,
they'll take an initiative and make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Maybe. I just feel like a bunch of 7-year-olds that are smart are going to be traumatized by this, while all the dumb ones are just, like, not going to care. I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day. I was just like,
That's
Dude,
like
all the smart kids are gonna have like agoraphobia and be scared of germs and shit. Like all the ones that are like really, because you know how there's like some kids you look at when they're 7 and they're just living their life being a kid, but like 1 out of every 10, the way his eyes are moving, you can just be like, oh, this kid's got something more. He kind of knows what the fuck's going on around him right now.
yeah.
And those kids are just gonna be super fucked up. I feel like they're like not gonna get over this. They're gonna have like nightmares and shit. I don't know. Even me, I've been having weird dreams about like crowds and stuff. It's weird, very strange.
I had a hard time. So I just finally started literally like 3 days ago getting tired at night. Like I've been staying up. I've been like watching like old westerns. That real weird, and like I've just been on a wet like I don't even know who I am anymore. Sometimes I'm up all night watching like spaghetti westerns because it's the furthest thing from like what's going on right now to me. It just like takes me into
Yeah.
another world, you know?
That's what Seinfeld has been doing for me. Seinfeld is just like no references to Corona and no references to like
Exactly.
modern society, basically.
Yeah, I've been watching a ton of like skateboard videos. It's just like people hanging out with each other, having fun,
Right? Yeah. Just
doing
like
shit that doesn't matter.
it's cool though. I have watched like a bunch of shit I never would have watched before, I guess. I don't know. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, am I learning something? No, but I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't done any reading. I'm not taking advantage of this free time at all.
I just read I read the screenwriting book. Who knows what like why I don't know. I just something to do.
I've been
But
playing
then
guitar a little bit. I might release an EP mixtape, you know.
on
Corona
SoundCloud?
mixtape. No, I don't know. I've been playing guitar. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I have like 2 or 3 things written. So I mean I'm not doing anything else right now, so maybe I'll recruit a drummer and record it. It's just so fucking whack to be like everybody right now is like, look at the thing I made. I mean, I know we're making a podcast right now, so we're part of it, but
Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
it's just so weird.
I kind of want to buy an electric drum set. I'll be your drummer.
It's
All
like
right,
now's
man.
the time to do it. Like whatever. Like who fucking cares? I don't know. I mean, I'm sick of like the at home videos of like what's going on at home with your family type shit. Like,
Dude, I'm sick of fucking famous people. Like, I love Larry David. Like, he's my fucking favorite dude in the entire world. But that video where he's like, just stay home. It's so easy. And be like, yeah, it must be easy. You fucking have a tennis court in your backyard.
You're
you
a
fuck.
billionaire.
Like, it must be you're a billionaire with no fucking kids. You're 70 years old. Like, you're fucking, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, have some fucking, it's like the dudes from Cumtown. Like, I get that, like, this is affecting them too, but they're just complaining so much. And I was like, your guys' job can just be done on Zoom and you can make 75% of the money you were making before. Like, you have a successful, like, I'm not saying, like, oh, they shouldn't deserve that. I'm just saying, like, have a little bit of, like, perspective. Like, there's fucking nurses out there. Like, imagine what fucking James Firth is doing right now. Like, he just has to fucking be an EMT every fucking day, dude, and not do stand-up. That's how I feel when I'm doing pest control and I hate it. I'm like, well, there's a couple other people that are, like, way worse. Like, anyone that's in the fucking medical industry right now is just, like, probably on the fucking borderline killing themselves.
Right.
But
Yeah, because you're just around sick people all day, and then you can't go like get a drink with your friends afterwards.
yeah.
Right. No, I think you should. I think now's the time to like, if you're gonna like make music or something, like, why the fuck not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I might just write it and fucking not do anything with it. We'll see.
Yeah, I say now's the time to throw some shit at the wall. You know?
Yeah, I'm just waiting. If someone gave me an opportunity, if I had a friend that was like, yo, do you want to move to fucking Washington State and live in my house? I would. Right now, I'm just at the point where I would like 100% just do that. Wouldn't even think twice. Would just fucking leave. Because it's like,
Why not?
yeah, it's like I already have to wait around for a long time. I don't know what's happening. So I might as well just like do something weird for the fucking foreseeable future.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know. I have like a couple of ideas, but I don't know. My mom offered for me to go like live in Florida with my grandmother for a little bit. I'm gonna go visit there for a week or two, maybe drive there. I don't know what like the process of going down there during all this would be.
You can
But
fly.
once I live there for a fucking couple weeks and then kind of see how everything shakes out, and it's like if I can't do stand up for like another year, then why not just like live there and just hang? Like if I'm gonna hang anywhere, I might as well hang in Florida. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll have some stories and shit. You know, new
Yeah.
experiences.
But we'll see what happens. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
What part of Florida?
Like Naples,
Oh,
Old Personville.
nice.
She's just like super fucking old, so like she can't be like going out alone all the time. I just feel like it's like a liability for
Oh,
her
so
to,
you don't like take care of her, like?
yeah, just like go to the grocery store for her and like mow her fucking lawn. I don't know.
Nice.
But we'll see what happens.
You-
I don't know. I just don't know. I like, yeah, I would like to have a time limit for when this is gonna end so I can make a better decision about like what to do with myself. Because I'm just getting to the point now where I'm like, it's gonna like within another month, I'm gonna make a change. It might just be as simple as moving into a different apartment or something. But like the only reason I was really happy with my life because of stand up, and without the stand up factor in it, then it like makes everything else like not good. Like you
Right.
said, like with the being I'm sure part of the reason you're fucking fed up with a job a little bit is because of that. Like even though you waking up at 5 a.m. sucks, you can do it if you have like a goal at the end of the day.
Right.
But now it's like especially shitty because it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna wake up and do this, and then what? Go home and fucking
Yeah,
watch.
they want us to go in and do our summer cleanup now and like strip and wax all the floors, but we have to wait until June till they let all the teachers back in to get all their shit out of the room. Anyway, I don't want to do all that. I don't know. I'm sick of it.
Yeah,
But that's what I, you know what I am. I will say, like, make it like I'd like to when we can like have more of us congregating though, dude. Like making the videos, maybe not your thing or whatever, but like I have a blast. Like I've been learning how to like. I mean, I suck at it, but learning how to like. I just got iMovie on my phone. I've never had a laptop. I'm like 36 years old. I just got my first laptop. Learn how to edit. Never,
yeah,
I'm just trying to learn some shit while I'm sitting on my ass.
yeah. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
learn
I
to like
edited a
little.
few stand-up clips to throw on Instagram. I found my set from your Attic headlining weekend that Vasquez sent me. I forgot I had that on my computer. I was like, it's all the same jokes from my other set, but I had a good set that night.
Oh hell
So it's just me in a different location with a different T-shirt on.
yeah.
It's just something new I could throw up online.
Right. I don't know what to do about like that whole aspect of like the other like. Do I just throw all the bits out there and just say whatever, fuck it, or do I just hang on to them for now?
I mean, if it's going for a while, like I don't even know if I want to go back to doing my old jokes again. Like it
Right.
feels kind of that first like set where I'm like just doing those jokes again and like trying to
Right.
run through them is gonna feel really shitty.
Right.
I think the only reason I was thinking about it, I'll probably just do my jokes if the show is like a big show. But other than that, yeah, I'd like to just write all new. Just coming back and doing these jokes that are gonna be they already were kind of old. Now they're gonna be an extra like year old.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I
I
don't know.
probably had two new little things towards the end of it that I was like adding on to like a set I would do at like a
Yeah, same.
bigger show. Definitely not getting rid of that. And if I have like an audition, if that audition comes back, definitely doing all old shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But as far as like moving forward, it's time to like
Open
build.
mics and bar shows, it's like, yeah, we gotta throw some new shit out there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's time to build up from the bottom up.
And everyone's gonna suck too, so we'll all be kind of on a level playing field.
Right.
Maybe. Yeah, who knows? I don't know, dude. Maybe I'll just fucking start doing improv.
Oh, did you notice the you guys say you both watched Seinfeld? Oh, you didn't watch it, Paul, right?
Not the special, no.
The Pop Tart joke? Is that in another? Where did I hear that Pop Tart
He
joke?
does it on YouTube. He breaks down. It was like a joke he had written but never done.
He
Oh.
talked about it on Seinfeld, not Seinfeld, on Howard Stern in
a
like
long time ago,
2012. Yeah. He's like, oh, I find like it took me years to figure out this Pop Tart joke. And Howard's like, what'd you figure out? He's like, they can't go bad because they were never fresh. They can't be stale because they were never fresh.
I was just blown away that was fine. You think about like for someone that is that prolific. That was in 2012, and it just made it onto a special in 2020.
He hasn't done a special since the 90s, and that was all old material. He hasn't done a special of brand new material in decades.
Amazing.
Because the last one he did for Netflix was all of his old stuff from the 80s that he used to do with the comic strip. But it just kind of showed that they're like timeless bits. Like he wore like his like jacket that he's had for 30 years. And then he did all 30-year-old jokes. And then he like had them all on the legal paper, like out in the street, all his old material. But a lot of the stuff that he did in this new special, he's been working out for decades, and a lot of it he's done on late night shows too, like the cell phone bit, the mailman bit, maybe the Pop-Tart bit. A lot of the stuff in like the very beginning of the set he's done on late night, but that's just Seinfeld. He just hammers those bits and just gets them airtight.
That's the
So
thing that makes you think, like, what do you get rid of everything you've ever, you know what I mean? Until that's when they go back on like thinking, do I trash everything I've done?
well, a joke's not done until you stop telling it.
Right. But you
And
got
also, like, if you while you're on stage, something might happen, and you might just be able to do an old bit in the moment anyway. So it's like,
Right.
even if you get rid of it, you might not completely get rid of it. You know what I mean?
right.
So
Always
it's like,
somewhere.
Well, I definitely want to cycle in a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, you gotta.
I might
Get a new
just
opening bit.
be a crowd work comic when I come back, dude.
There's not gonna be big crowds when we come back.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you do for a living? I got fired during the pandemic.
Hey, are you two together? I can't tell. You're sitting so far.
That's good. Yeah, who knows, dude? Who fucking knows? Maybe I'll just start helping someone with their OnlyFans, being like the male talent in somebody's OnlyFans.
I'm throwing that out there on Tinder. I've had a few girls try to offer me their OnlyFans. I'm like,
I have a
well,
thigh tattoo, so I can't. Also, I have a small penis, so I'm just too scared to do.
I have a mole on my hip, but only my exes would be able to identify that.
Yeah, I just have a dumbass tattoo on my thigh that everyone would immediately be like, small penis in this tattoo, 100% know who this kid is.
It's not a good matchup. It doesn't complement the penis.
It says Paul Cyphers, so that's a big giveaway.
It's just a giant, it's actually just a giant arrow pointing at my tiny penis.
No,
It says,
it's
suck this.
What is it for real? Is it like a harp? I picture like an Irish harp. Like
Nah, it's a skull, dude. I have a lot of dark tattoos.
Oh.
When I take my clothes off, I get dark and twisted, dude.
wow.
He looks like a goth teenager's bedroom.
Yeah, I got a skull and I got a one of those old school bombs, like with the wick.
Yeah.
I got one of those tattooed on me. I got on my foot. I have a cow getting picked up by a UFO, which isn't that dark, I guess. That's kind of like a stupid tattoo.
That's fun.
And then I have a pentagram on my shoulder, like a satanic pentagram that I got when I was like 16.
Nice.
I thought it was pretty cool. It's actually still funny when I walk around churches and stuff, or interact with like a Catholic nursing home, just being like, I literally have like the mark of Satan tattooed on me. I'm just shaking hands with this fucking priest and just saying like, hey, how's it going? He'd be like so pissed if he saw it, probably.
Yeah, they signed your contract. They're making a deal with the devil.
Yeah, they are, dude. Do you think it must be weird, like if there's an afterlife, there's just gonna be a bunch of Corona people coming in, just
Right?
just a bunch of people from nursing homes, just a mass exodus. Dude, nursing homes are gonna be fucking sweet in a year or two. They're gonna be empty as fuck. They're gonna be cheap.
Oh, yeah.
We should all just move into a nursing home.
Right? Dude?
Yeah, they all just turn into like co-op apartment buildings.
Yeah.
We're all living nursing home lifestyles as it is right now, pretty much.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's weird is like when I was not working, I just wouldn't go anywhere for like 4 days. And you like get in your car and you like pull out of your driveway. And like I would just be in my car and I would just be like, this feels so foreign. Like not that I ever forgot how to drive, but it would just be weird, like being behind the wheel of a car. I don't know. It would just be like, it just feels so fucking, I would just be like, am I doing this right? Am I driving okay? I don't know. I had a couple moments where I was just like, and like, dude, other people are driving like shit. And I think it's because like a lot of people who used to drive every day are now driving like once a week. And so when you go on the road, people are just driving slow and shitty. And
no, I agree. I had that same experience today. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing driving. I was like, this is weird.
I take the highway to work. People are doing fucking 80 miles an hour past Stadies because like no one's getting pulled over right now.
Oh, dude. Well, I'm really tired, so I might have to go. I might have to wrap this up.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're an hour and 53 minutes in. So
Nice. Perfect.
Unreal. It was a good time.
Jamie, you got any dates you want to plug? It's like the hackiest podcast bit right now.
Yo, this summer, if there's a little bit of like, I mean, it depends how you guys feel about it, but if we're not doing anything else, we should just grill somewhere.
Definitely.
Especially, I mean,
I got 3 grills at my house, like come. My roommates are coronavirus deniers, so please come over and
Cool.
party with us.
Oh, nice.
That's good to know that your roommate works for the fucking U.S. Postal Service and he's a coronavirus denier. That's nice to know. He's just walking around, people being like, "What? I'm gonna wear a fucking mask, dude? Fuck that." As
He's
just
around
talking.
strangers like touching like doorknobs and random shit all day. He hasn't caught coronavirus yet, so he's like,
I think
not
it's
real.
like
You must
you can only
that's
get
all.
it if you believe in it. That's actually what I think.
Yeah.
I think if you deny it, you can't get it. I think that's my belief.
This placebo effect.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
Tom
thought
Hanks
about
never had it.
STDs too.
Gonorrhea is not real.
Yeah, just like, is that a herpes on the end of your dick? And you're like, no, I don't believe in that shit.
Yeah, couldn't be.
It's always been there.
You know, the head of my dick now has like this callus on it. I noticed the other day from jerking off so much.
Well, like an indent.
No, it's just like it's rough. I can feel it in my palm when I
like-
go over it. It's like it's like scratching my palm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
You hit that with some lotion.
Yeah, I was thinking of just not nutting for like 4 months and just doing it on going to a Zoom open mic and just like pulling my pants down, just busting all over my desk on camera.
Oh man.
Do that on OnlyFans, bro.
Dude, you could definitely crash a Zoom open mic with a mask on and do whatever the fuck you wanted. They would never know who you were.
Yeah.
They'd never be able to figure it out.
True.
Just get a green screen and fucking put like a different comedian's room behind you on the green screen, a different comedian's bedroom, and then just wear a mask and do something fucked up.
They were doing that to Zoom AA meetings. Did you see that in the paper? And
Really? Crashing them?
people were like Zoom bombing AA meetings and being like, alcohol rules.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
I did see one where there's a YouTube compilation of this kid just popping in Zoom classes with like a 6-foot bong. So he just pops in and just starts ripping this bong. The professor's like, "Who is that? Who the fuck is that?" Getting so mad. It's very funny. Yeah.
Oh
Dude,
boy.
Zoom AA. Is that what you're doing? Oh, I guess you can't talk about it.
No, well, yeah, I can. Yeah, I've been doing it. So
Yeah, that's weird. I guess you need to.
It got me back into me. Like I hadn't been going to AA for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I had fallen off. Not like sobriety.
Because you beat the disease, dude. You beat it.
Exactly, and I felt like that, but like, for some reason it's got me to go to more meetings since I like haven't had to like go and like interact with people.
I haven't done any meetings and I ended up relapsing this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, there's probably Zoom meetings for that.
There definitely are, and I definitely got invited to them immediately when it started.
Yeah.
Check it out. Look it up.
I'm gonna have to get back in there because I don't know when we're gonna be able to have another meeting again.
They're pretty good. They're just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just beat the shit.
For strangers watching, I'm not talking about alcohol
It'd be sick if
or drugs.
It'd be really sick if fucking you did a Zoom AA meeting and you just gave a super long story, like heartfelt, like, yeah, man, blah, blah, blah. It's been like 400 days. And then you just pick up a Bud Light and just sip it. And don't even reference it. Just like a quick sip and put it back down. And there'd be a couple of people on the Zoom, like they don't want to call you out because they might have like,
people would call you out immediately.
like, did I see that? What the fuck?
Dude, someone would slide into the side chat like, yo, what you doing? I want to get some coke.
Dude, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just start going to AA meetings and testing my bits there.
Dude, do it.
Yeah.
Worcester AA. Look it up.
We definitely should do more of these. Just like get like a couple of the other group chat people in here. Just talk.
Oh, yeah.
We should all watch a movie, or we should all watch.
That's
that
all this
new-
podcast is Paul and I are fucking bored and lonely and want to talk to our friends.
No, it's a good idea. Like it's so weird. But I don't think I've talked to Jesse once during this whole thing. Really?
No, I don't think so. Just in the group chat.
Maybe group chats and like comments or something. But I'm like, I've been like, some days I'm like, Jesse's like someone I would text, and then I'm like, what am I gonna do? Give him the generic, hey, you hanging in there through the, you know?
Yeah.
Like I know what he's doing. He's chilling. Like, what am I gonna say?
No, this is way more fun.
Yeah.
I got this new gaming chair, dude. Check it out. I don't know if you can see it. It might be too dark.
I can see red and black.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's my new gaming throne, dude.
Why do all gaming chairs look like they belong in like a Ferrari or something?
They are racing chairs. That's what they are. That's
Oh.
actually like what they are. And they're super comfortable. I don't know why everyone doesn't have one.
I have a new respect for gaming. I was always a hater, but now I'm all about. I'm loving my Zelda world.
You like Zelda? You got to get I don't know. We'll find something. Me and David play this game called Sea of Thieves. It's like a pirate game. And
Yeah,
so
we got that.
dude,
I
it's
didn't
fucking.
play it yet, but we got it on the It came on the Xbox that one of the kids got.
Oh, really? Dude, it's a lot of fun. You just sail around, you take treasure chests, and other people are sailing around, so they see you, they'll just like come try to kill you. And Dave role plays the whole time. So like when he sees another ship, he gets on the megaphone, he goes like, "Yahar, matey! Give us your booty!" And he screams, and we jump on, and we fuck him up. It's a good
Wow.
time.
I need to get a Bluetooth controller. Maybe I'll start playing Steam on my Mac and just get like really shitty games that can handle it.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
shitty games you could play right now for sure. Hearthstone on your phone is a good game. If you have an iPhone,
Yeah.
it's just like a dumb card game. It's really fun.
I'm not into that at all.
All right. Well,
I like platformers or GTA or racing games. Love
I want to
racing
get a
games.
GameCube. I was like, I'm gonna find a GameCube online and buy one. Because like I never had one as a kid, and I always feel like I missed out on the GameCube era.
Yeah, I kind of missed out on that.
There's probably a ton of GameCubes on eBay right now. People are just like clearing out their closets.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
Nintendo Switches are like fucking gold right now. You can't find one.
that's the thing. Yeah, a lot of people like places jacked up their prices on gaming systems.
I
now.
wanted to buy one so bad, Nintendo Switch. I couldn't find one.
Yeah, that's one thing you can price gouge during a pandemic because it's not an essential item.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm gonna go fucking. I got like 2 more seasons of Seinfeld to finish, and then
Damn, you're like 7 or 8 seasons in.
yeah, then I'll probably just end it all, and you guys can just. I just want everyone to
Do it on the podcast so I can jack up my numbers a little
I just
bit.
want people to quote Seinfeld at my funeral.
What's that?
I just want people to do Seinfeld quotes for my whole eulogy.
You've been talking about your funeral since I first met you. The open mic funeral joke or whatever.
It's gonna be lit. If you kill yourself now, dude, like no one can even go.
Paul's
to your
funeral would be an open mic. People would be desperate for stage time. They're like, could I please do 5 minutes at Paul's funeral?
Oh no.
I would want everyone to recant their best sexual experience with me. No one can be on the show unless they had sex with me. Those are the only people that are allowed on my funeral show. So
You and me kissing at open mics, does that count?
we never open mouth kiss though.
No,
So
just
yeah,
on the
Yeah,
cheeks.
you'd have to give you'd have to be like the
Jesse could host it.
doing like the speech at the grave at the end at the burial.
Yeah.
I think I might just I'm gonna get in good shape, and then I'm gonna beat. Me and Ben are gonna fight. More of like a spar than a fight. You know what I mean? Like a friendly competition.
No, you guys need to go all out.
I'm gonna
Dude.
beat. I'm gonna beat him, and then I'm gonna kill myself right afterwards. And then I'm gonna claim that it was the CTE I got from Ben that caused me to do it.
Nice.
And then Ben can give I want Ben to wear sunglasses and give the eulogy and start crying in the middle of it. You know, no one really tough dudes cry with sunglasses on where their face, it's like T.O., he cries like, that's my quarterback. I want like Ben to like cry with huge sunglasses on. And,
Like a gold chain and a really flashy suit.
yeah, that's how I want to go and be like, it was the best fight I ever had. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I'm going to wrestle Ben, dude.
Right, that's a thing. You guys can talked about that.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna fuck him up. He thinks he's got me, but he doesn't now, dude.
My assessment of that is like Ben's probably quicker and more like agile, but like I feel like you probably have more strength.
Yeah,
Dude,
if Paul gets his weight on Ben, he might be able to like take him down.
I have a low center of gravity, dude. I got him.
Yeah. Paul has rage too. That I'd be if the rage unlocked.
I feel like Paul's the type of dude that would like cry when he gets super angry, and he would just like have a face full of tears, just beating the shit out of Ben.
Yeah, I just fight. If you made like a toddler 180 pounds, that's just how I fight. You know what I mean? Like I don't like I'll break my own hands on someone's head and not even realize it.
But it might not have like he has to hit that level in the fight. Like if he doesn't, he's not gonna win. You have to go full. Like
you're gonna fight like your life depends on it.
Yeah.
The problem is like Ben is obviously the favorite in the fight, but he's really confident, and I just think it's not gonna play to his benefit. He's gonna go in too confident, dude. He's not gonna expect it. I got hand speed, dude. I got hand speed. I got fucking good footwork, and I feel like I got a good single leg takedown. You know what I mean?
Footwork.
Dude, I got great footwork, dude.
Wow.
Ben's gonna dance all around you.
Nah, dude. Nah, Ben's gonna try to fight me like straight up. It's not gonna work, dude.
Damn.
Plus, I'll do some dirty shit. I'll like bite him and stuff. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, it's like no holds bar.
You're
No,
gonna
but
street fight Ben.
if he starts kicking my ass, it'll become no holds bar. I mean, I'm only gonna follow the rules until I'm, getting my ass kicked, and then I'll do whatever the fuck.
They're just gonna go straight Tyson. Desperation.
Yeah. That's what I have over Ben. I think I have another level of desperation.
That's true.
Ben doesn't need this fight, Paul.
Yeah. Ben really wants to do it though. He brought it up a bunch of times.
Seriously?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I basically would get drunk like once a month and just tell him like, Ben, I could kick your ass, dude. And Ben would just be like, no, you couldn't. Ben very calmly would just like be like, all right, let's do it right now. He's like, no, not right now, dog. What the fuck? What are you?
Ben consistently, I think, sticks to his push-up regimen every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Among other workouts.
I'll push up his fucking jaw with my fist, dude. Then we'll see what the real deal is. I got a good left hand. You guys don't even know.
This fight would be so fun leading up to it until Ben just kicks your ass. It would be really sad.
I could hype up a fight better than Ben, I think, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. I could get like a lot of eyeballs. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should Zoom a fight with me and Ben, have people pay to get into it. We'll have Jimmy do 10 minutes up top, some stand-up up front, and then we'll do a fight between me and Ben in Jesse's backyard. We'll charge money. People would definitely pay to watch me get my ass.
I wish I knew more about fighting so I could call it. We got to get some like big UFC fan comics.
Get John Paul Rivera to do the fucking announcement. Dude, why don't we just do a backyard brawl, put 3 fights together at someone's fucking house, and then just charge money on Zoom to get into it?
Yeah, we need to like disguise a location, like someone's garage or something.
Comedy beef, dude. We get Mike Tanian versus Big D. We'll have that be the first fight.
That's a weird beef.
And then we'll have Dylan
Krasinski.
Yeah, versus Logan. Dude,
Yeah.
Logan's a tall dude, lanky dude with reach.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
And he's got that Irish fucking He probably has that classical Irish style when he fights. You know what I mean? He probably fucks somebody up.
Yeah, you're allowed to drink before the fight if you want. Like, this is completely unsanctioned.
Yeah, Logan would be wasted walking out there. It'd be like old-timey 20s boxing. Logan's just like sipping whiskey in between rounds.
Yeah, we can't let him get too drunk, though.
Yeah. And then
'cause I got money on him.
For the headliner, we'd have Rick versus Anjan. That would be the
I was watching their podcast today. It was actually pretty good.
Oh, they were.
Anjan just started a podcast and he had Rick Jenkins and Eli on.
And it was good?
Yeah, it was very civil. And like Rick was just like very honest and straightforward. And Anjan kind of like dropped the beef with him, like straight out the gate. He's like, now that I produce shows and like book shows, he's like, I kind of get the hate that you get.
Wow.
It was really, I watched like probably 20, 30 minutes of it. It was like over an hour long. And then they just had Big D and Mike Tanian on.
They did?
Yeah, I don't think it's on YouTube yet. Big D posted a clip of Tanian just flipping out. Like, where the fuck has this guy been for like the last 2 years?
I ran into him at Cityside one night, and I hadn't seen him in 2 years. And it was my first time. I hadn't seen him on Facebook or anything.
Yeah.
And he was wasted, but like it was good to see him. I was like, oh, this dude's always been a nice dude, like a little revved up or whatever. But,
always keyed up.
Yeah, but always cool, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Spazzing out.
I don't know. He said some shit to Big D. Big D called him a racist, and they've had a beef ever since.
Damn. God damn. How do you get in beef at that age? Especially when Tanian's way older, right?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how anyone can have beef in general. Like, it just gives me so much anxiety to think about someone not liking me all day. Like, why would you want to fucking...
I just send John Tyler after whoever it is.
JT the enforcer.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. This fucking... If there's anything good that's come out of this whole thing, it's that I don't need to watch a small handful of people do stand-up that I don't really enjoy watching do stand-up that much. So
I miss watching people bomb at open mics. I miss bombing at open mics. I miss the whole experience.
Yeah, I miss watching Jesse enjoy an open mic.
I miss pretending.
I can't. If someone's like bombs a joke hard, but they sell it like they thought it was going to be really funny, and it just goes completely flat. It's an involuntary response where I have to laugh out loud.
I know. I watch you do that, and I'm like, is this what laughter is?
I miss pretending after a show or a mic that I'm not good at comedy, so that everyone will be like, "You are good at comedy." That's what I miss. I miss doing good at a show and then pretending like I didn't do that good afterwards, so that somebody else who did bad on the show can feel even worse about themselves. That was my favorite part of comedy. It's just to like go up and do better than someone, but then act like dejected afterwards, just so that person would feel like shit for the next week. Be like, well, this kid doesn't even think he's good, then how fucking good am I?
Right,
So,
right.
Hopefully I can get back to doing that soon. I was just getting to a point, like literally last month, where I was like, damn, I'm not like that bad at this. And then it just got all taken away from me.
Yeah, we had a good show at one of the I don't know if that was near the end of the world, but the show at that brewery was pretty fun.
Yeah, dude. That was near the end of it.
Was I at that one?
Well, the Lost Shoe one. Yeah, I think so. That you talking about Lost Shoe?
No, is that in Marlboro?
Oh, maybe we had you booked for Lost Shoe and
No, I didn't do that one. The one we were on that you jumped on that you can't
Oh yeah. That was fun.
We got the vegan burgers after.
Yeah. Bummer, dude. Who knows? Maybe it'll be back sooner, but I don't have high hopes. Because they say it's gonna come back in the fall. Dude, like we literally could be looking at like another year of like not doing it. And then at that point, like I gotta find something else to do. So we'll see.
Drop that EP.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a sad boy EP.
I'll drop my DJ mix and my skate video.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, do something.
I'm gonna start like carving up the streets of Worcester on my fucking penny board.
Hell yeah.
As soon as the restrictions left, I'll come out there skating.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick.
I feel like we should definitely, even in a month or two, we should be fine to grill a little bit with each other. I don't know. It depends. I mean, it's ultimately depends. Like for Jimmy, it's different because you have like fucking kids or whatever. But like for me, I'm just like, I'm not that worried about it. Like me and Jesse got burritos the other day, and like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I've seen like people do stuff together like here and there, and I've had, especially in the thick of it, I had to be more conscious. Like I could have gone and worked overtime at one of the schools I turned into a homeless shelter.
Yeah.
I turned it down because like my daughter she had a part of her lung removed when she was little.
Yeah.
When she was like a baby, like they took out a whole section of her lung, and she has bad asthma. So I was like, I have to be a little more. Because when she gets sick too, I mean, she's got pneumonia before. She gets the flu real bad. So I'm like, I took it kind of serious, the like distancing part, but.
We can just order food and fucking watch something on Zoom together too.
Yeah.
So, dude, I saw this fucking family 2 blocks away from me. Their whole driveway is full of cars, and they're like they were like playing basketball together in their driveway, and I was just like, I don't think this is what you're supposed to be doing. Like there's like 9 cars in their driveway.
No, I think you can go like hiking or whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Brianna and I have done a bunch of hikes, and there's just like couples and families out, and everyone just keeps their distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
All right. I might have to go. I don't know if Heidi's waiting to come into the bedroom.
All right, word. Well, I gotta go anyway, so I'll talk to you guys later.
Nice seeing you, Jimmy. Thanks for doing the pod.
All right, that was awesome, guys.
All right, peace.
All right, peace out.
Later.